Whoa, you
clear
yawned
your
on the
throat.
last one. Like, what?
I'm a throat clearer. I go.
Yeah, it's hard to not be.
You can tell.
Check
You'll-
1 2
you'll
check 1 2
know.
check 1 2.
Son of a bitch and bastard show.
I think we should rip the whole thing down.
It's beautiful.
Do son of a bitch and bastards.
Bastard show.
Music to my
I
ears.
gave those boys a hummus sandwich
Son of a
once.
bitch and
I ain't paying for
bastard show.
shit.
This really is the
All
best.
the fat got off my
I like it. You
and it slid into my colon, and I could sit.
guys are new to me.
What happened?
Good evening. You tuned in to the
somebody send me something?
BBPP-cast,
Yeah, I
aka
guess so.
son of a bitch and bastard.
Don't send me nothing.
I
didn't send you shit. Bitch and bastard show.
Motherfucking Monday, October
Son of a bitch and bastard show.
28th. We go live every Monday
Bitch and bastard show.
around 7:30 MST.
Son of a bitch and bastard show.
You can watch us visually on the YouTube.
greatest show of all time. Shut the fuck up.
Well, welcome to the Son of a Bitch and Bastard Show. This is episode 32, 28th of October. My name is Patrick Aloysius. On yonder we got Finkelstein.
Howdy.
Newcomer Cheyenne. Wave to the camera. Yeah, that's my brother Christopher Sportic Dyer. Go to SOFABAB.com for all of our content. Over on yonder's Mark the Cock Hero
I
Perez.
got bags of weed.
And he's got weed. And Mander jacked
You said Mandy?
Sorry, I didn't read
That's messed up, dude.
Oh, no.
She's totally. You just ruined her vibe.
In
Oh,
different
yeah? Is that
countries,
how
it
you
means
like it?
different
No,
things.
sir.
Bitch, don't
Well,
kill my
that.
Guess what
vibe.
just happened?
Oh, no.
Guess what just happened? I just changed it for good. Together, we're the Some Bitch and Bastard Show.
Shit.
Hey.
Don't worry, I'll get rid of it.
Thank
Maybe.
you. Yeah, quickly for me. Ugh.
I didn't mean that. That's like a 80s Amanda. Is a Mandy.
Ugh.
You know?
It's like a video girl.
What's your what's your beef?
Dude, she almost killed me with that look, dude.
Like a cam girl
Oh,
or
man, I'm at the end of my day. That could have killed me. All right.
what's your beef with Mandy? Just out of curiosity.
Well, it all started. I just rejected it because there was this old man that my dad used to work with who had like a water bottle tethered to his chest that was full of whiskey and just this like horrendous face.
I like your gloves.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Ooh. Twice,
cool.
2 comments.
Yeah,
Well,
Anyway.
you should take that as a compliment because that's ingenious.
I like them.
Which?
The whiskey strapped to the chest.
Oh, he
Was
he
it
didn't
whiskey or
wear it
water?
well. He didn't wear it
No?
well.
Oh.
He was he drank himself under, but he was.
He drank himself dead.
It was gross, and he smelled bad, and he always said Mandy, and like the breath that came out of it.
Mandy.
So you have some PTSD with the
I
word
have,
Mandy.
I do. I have lots of.
Oh, you're good.
I have complex PTSD.
I know a friend that has PTSD from driving to the site of Aurora. Like,
Why?
anytime he drives over to the site of Aurora, he says he gets PTSD.
Oh,
Did
he
he get
gets
fucking
he,
murdered?
He gets
From
anxious.
Ashley.
Yeah,
Did
he
he
gets
get
all
robbed
anxious.
or something?
Only when he comes over to Aurora, though, like around this area for some reason.
Weird.
It used to bother me when I like lived somewhere I liked, and then I'd drive over to my mother's house, and I'd just be like, "Oh, here's where all the sad stuff happened."
That's where all the sad stuff
Ain't that
happened.
the
But now
truth?
I'm just here all the time again.
That's good shit.
Mandy, I don't think you have PTSD because you were just able to ask for what you wanted. Remember?
But you just
were
called
like,
me Mandy.
My best friend growing up was Mandy, and
My
I knew
name's Amanda, though.
Amanda.
She was
Mander.
the funniest person
Mander.
I had ever met at the time. She could do voices like nobody's business, especially
Could
we
she
loved
do
Monty
Arnold?
Python.
I
That's
like
what we
Monty
loved. So she
Python.
would do the I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
I do know Amanda's
That really- just,
who
yeah.
go by Mandy, though, so I'm not trying to.
It ain't me.
However, it's not you. I agree with that.
So it's all because of a whiskey man. People call me. I haven't been called my normal name at work in how many years? 23 years.
Yeah,
Uncle
Everybody
Brownwater.
thinks I'm not me.
Why's that?
I don't know.
Do
I've
you
even
like-
gotten people to be like, "Remember we went to high school together?" I was like, "When did you graduate?" 72.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was
no.
like 9 years before I was born.
It's good stuff.
Do you like Pat 2.0?
No,
I know. it.
actually, I didn't really care too much.
Pat 2.0. Oh, that whole thing.
Oh,
That's right. Hey, Yeah, why didn't you get that picture of you with your I'm like
Was that on
eyeliner?
that show?
Yeah, it was on that show.
He was listening to episode 8.
Yeah, I was listening to episode 8 today just by chance.
Nice.
And yeah, he was like, yeah, there's a picture of me with eyeliner. It wasn't very good, but I'll play it on here. And then he never did. He never showed it on here.
We'll
I
have
think
to
you
get
should.
it.
I don't know where it is.
You
You
need to
could probably
find it.
get it. Ask Pat.
He probably looks too good.
Tell Pat to send it
It was pretty funny.
right now.
We'd have to do your makeup every day.
What is it again?
It was. We did a photo shoot for Switchpin,
Oh,
It's a
and they all
Oh,
want. And they
I
all
was
wanted.
there.
No, you weren't at that one.
I wasn't.
No, it was.
They
it
made
was
him
in
put
what's his
makeup on.
name's.
I feel like I was there
No, it was just us boys. And,
You
it
did
was-
Two
with
of 'em
Jimmy
then.
Trigger, right?
and then my wife did our makeup.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
she did it too good.
It was
Yeah.
a different.
it was.
yeah.
It was more like
Like Pat, you looking sexy.
actual makeup
Once you
instead of
see
like
yourself
rocker
in
makeup.
it's never the same.
Did you have wingtips and stuff?
Yeah. Right.
You get to see yourself as that, that bad bitch.
Right, right,
Like,
right.
There she is.
I know that feeling.
There
I do
you
know that
are,
feeling.
girl. I missed you. That's what I
right.
say to myself after I get
No,
done
it
with
was
my
bad.
I hear you, dude. This is how I wake up.
How do you wake up?
I'm a bad bitch
In the mirror.
in the mirror.
It's perfect.
Yeah. I don't put any makeup on.
Mantra for the
Why
day.
not?
Say I'm a bad bitch and shave
I
my
don't-
beard a little bit.
I was gonna say your hair is
Yeah.
makeup.
Yeah.
That's boys' makeup.
I look in the
It's the
mirror.
male push-up bra. the
Well,
beard.
usually it's like hair and makeup, right? They wouldn't like. It's like right.
Oh yeah, I think it's like two separate things.
Maybe.
When I look in the mirror in the morning, I'm like, fat!
They're very
Yeah.
That's what I.
I purposely didn't look in the mirror for like 6 months. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't want to see myself getting fat.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was happening, but if I looked at myself, I would have stopped it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to. I was drinking a lot. I liked
Yeah.
it. It was tasty.
And when I wake up next to my wife, she looks at me and goes, fat! Fat!
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, in the intro song, we have that where you let the fat
fat.
run down your
Well,
intestines.
sometimes you
and
got to
get shit.
stand up to get the shit to go down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I understand that.
Some people keep knives
very
by
true.
the toilet.
That's
Oh,
why you
what?
have
Pull it
to
out?
put your feet up.
Like
if
squatty
you-
potty.
Very
Right.
common.
Yes.
The
No.
squatty
It's super
potty.
common. I
Like butter
totally have a
knives?
squatty
Yes.
potty. I don't like pooping without it.
You have
Cool.
one?
You have one?
I want to
Cool.
buy one.
Hell yeah, I got
Yeah,
it.
I wanted
as-
to get
it was
one.
like a
As a gag gift, but now it's
It
like
was
the
like the
best thing.
perfect- My kids use it. It's got miles. I love
that's
that.
You know
funny.
that's good. You're starting their assholes out right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they
That's
don't.
important.
They don't put their knees up on it. I do. They just climb up onto the
Oh,
toilet.
to pee.
Either
No,
way.
Their
poop.
legs probably aren't long
They
enough
stand
yet.
up to pee. My kids do.
Well, I meant to shit.
Yeah.
I hope they don't stand up to shit. They might though. We all have weird bathroom
Well,
stuff.
actually, recently
I mean,
my rowdy did. He
Kids
stood up and
experiment.
Elon stands up for drum solos. I mean, honestly, like
He
you
was
couldn't shit
actually-
while you're doing the same thing.
That's for damn sure.
he was pulling down his pants and it flew out of his butt standing
Wow.
there into the tub.
Wow.
Like hit the middle of the tub
In
too.
the
It didn't
tub.
like drain down the side or
What
anything.
the
He got distance.
Oh.
That's
Wow.
nice.
That's so interesting.
That's trained.
It was incredible.
That's pretty
Human
impressive.
beings.
Oh man.
Kids.
Every step of the way. Just
I've never, well,
creativity.
I lie. One time I had stomach flu, and I shit and puked for an hour all at once.
Yeah.
Sprayed it everywhere.
just got to go in the shower.
I don't know if I know
ended
the
up-
difference between
The first one I didn't know what was happening. I was pretty young,
Yeah.
so my mom got to clean that one.
Oh, fun.
She deserved it.
Yeah. It was funny.
Making me live in her pussy.
Yeah.
For 7 months, you were premature. Weren't
Yeah.
You
He was a
fucking preemie. I'm just
But I was nice though when I was in my mom's womb. Whenever I had to pee, I'd just stick my dick out her vagina,
kidding. Yeah.
Nice.
and I just pee out the hole.
Oh, that's good, man. You know.
yeah, courteous.
Imagine
That's
that.
very courteous, dude.
Yeah.
It made the placenta taste better afterwards.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was seasoned.
What are we fucking talking about?
Fajitas.
That's great. So you're still on the
People
zero
pay
zeros,
a lot
huh?
of money for
I only bought
placenta,
one 6-pack.
So
Unfortunately,
you gotta cultivate it right.
Oh, yeah.
What, the placenta?
Yeah.
Ugh.
They'll pay a lot of money for it and then put it on their faces or something.
Right. Yeah.
My mom
Encapsulate
buried it in our
it.
backyard. Or no, it was the front yard because it was in Gunnison County and she buried it under a rose bush and she always told me about that.
I've heard about
What
that.
did she
She's like,
give
I
birth at
buried it.
home or did she
Dude.
bring him home?
Well, in Gunnison, County, that's like below Crested Butte. So she did Mr. Toad's Wild Ride down the road and had me in the hospital. Most kids don't make it, and they are born by the river. So there's a lot of Taylors from
Taylors?
Crested Butte because it's called the Taylor River.
Oh, their names.
Yeah,
I thought
'cause
you
their
meant there was
mom
just
didn't
a
make it.
lot of people working on clothes.
Like to the hospital.
Oh,
That's
I
what I
thought
thought
she
you meant.
died.
Yeah, no, it's just a long, windy road.
Can you sell your placenta after you
Well,
have
sure,
your kid?
but
Yeah.
I don't know if you want other
Yeah,
people.
people will buy
that's
that
what I was
shit?
saying, yeah.
Oh,
Some
really?
People are buying
It's
everything.
a black market thing, so
Oh,
you can't.
it's not legit.
They do it in China. People like in China won't do it, or they buy it.
That place in Arizona
Some
just
sort
got
of
busted.
magic.
I wouldn't want somebody else's body part.
Oh.
It's gross.
I wonder if you could just grow a placenta, in a
Yeah,
lab
women do.
and then send it.
Women do. They do it already.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all woman is a lab.
Just like a lab-grown meat.
That's the truth.
How right you are.
Oh, wow.
It's just a big chemical lab, but all human beings are. I would like to see
No,
who
I got
came
mine
up
turned
with
off.
the whole reproductive
See,
system idea. I
think-
want to see the manager.
I think
about
ladies
it.
have it good because
In what way?
like
Not physically.
so like there's no exercise I can do to make my dick bigger, but there's plenty of exercises to make your butt bigger, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But not your boobs.
Boobs,
That's- you
not
do have
not
the chest
What
necessarily.
about their
things.
vagina? What if they want a
It's
big
kind of a
vagina?
rumor in the
Well,
50s.
that's all
Kegels.
genetics, but
Yeah,
It's not
Well, then make it
you
bigger,
don't
though,
do
right?
the Kegels.
Oh,
you
you're
just do
talking
stretches.
specifically about reproductive organs. That does
Stretch
make
it out.
sense.
That's good. Hey, maybe that's what's wrong with
they
that
call
one
it-
girl with the big vagina.
They
Maybe
call
she
it a
stretched too
vaginal
much.
dilate.
Nah, man.
exactly.
She no. It was from several cocks.
Yeah, but it has
That
to.
doesn't happen.
I was gonna say
doesn't.
you'd
Yeah.
have to
If you
do
can
it
have
all
a
day.
baby, then a couple of dicks aren't going to do anything.
I was gonna say you'd have to do it
Yeah.
all day with
Even
a
like-
fucking
yeah.
baseball
See how
bat.
big a baby is?
Yeah.
They're
You
pretty
could go
big.
two
And then
fists.
the biggest dicks are just baby arms.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know
no,
how
I used
that
to
You know what I
be
mean?
out there.
Do you know how much my daughter weighed when she was born?
Right?
153 pounds. My wife's still snapping.
Snap it.
Nice.
Snapping.
Snapping.
It gives a good bite.
I'm glad that you're. Hey, you lost some weight.
That's really funny.
I did. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I like you better.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not.
just kidding.
But I'm still fat.
Isn't that funny though?
look
That,
healthier.
that's basically when
I have
Yeah.
to say.
I haven't been drinking. I've been eating not a lot of candy. Been eating a lot of cabbage.
oh
Cabbage.
no
huh?
candy.
No, I haven't had
Do
any
you crack
cabbage.
a window in your house?
No, well, I
Hell
don't-
no, he farts on
Everybody,
his-
everybody at my
everybody.
house kind of likes it.
Cabbage
I think everybody,
farts.
somebody might.
That
Well,
smell.
I think you guys will enjoy it tonight.
Oh, good.
I'll just-
Oh,
At
Yeah.
least there's foam on the wall.
Right next to our new guest.
How long you
too.
ain't been drinking?
resonance.
Yeah, right.
I think it's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I'm 1 week in.
That's what the foam pads in the back are for, to catch all our fucking farts.
That's exactly what I was
that's
gonna say.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's what
thank
I know.
it just
goodness.
kind of soaks it up.
I didn't drink for a week. How many weeks you drinking?
I'm deep at least a week, no booze.
Look at how good we
Wait,
are.
wait. So wait, days.
Notice
Last
how
Saturday.
Do you like that weird
progressively
beer?
boring
Yeah,
our
it's
good.
podcast is
Tastes like
getting.
right?
I'm not drinking for, I gave up and I didn't want to do it. And I wasn't going to do it, but I started taking me them antidepressants because the misery.
Sure.
Yeah.
The
I
misery.
what you were
understand.
The
saying.
misery.
They help.
Yeah, it's
So
not
I'm
good
not
to drink
drinking.
on that.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
doing it for years.
Yeah, you're not supposed to,
Oh,
but
many years.
You're not opposed to.
you figure out kind of how to work with it.
I'll come back in a little while. The unfortunate thing is that my marriage is getting a lot better, and I
Oh,
found out
God.
that it was my fault.
Yeah.
Because of the-
You knew.
'cause- well, no, I didn't. I was like,
You
it's
didn't.
Very courageous.
I'm like, no, now
and
I'm-
It
brave
can't be
of
all
you to
your
say
fault. Marriages are shitty on both
How
sides.
reflective.
Ain't that right?
I thought
They
my-
start out nice. It's
They
nice.
start out nice.
I actually really like being married.
That's why I
for
don't think it's a
while.
real thing. It shouldn't be a thing.
marriage.
You ever been married,
But
Cheyenne?
that's just me.
No,
They should make it
I was
as
telling
hard.
you earlier that my astrological chart says I'm supposed to have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
My character, the Leo snake,
You
is
said
the
you were born in 89?
Sexiest card in the deck. So what did they say? It's like mind-boggling sexual encounters. Right? Read that
But
when I
not
was
marriages?
like 11. I was like, what does this?
You're 11. You were 11 and you
Jesus
found
Christ.
My mom had a lot of alternative books in
She
the
was a
house.
whore.
We were from Boulder. No, she kind of was, which is funny. I mean, no, for real. And who told me that? My dad. One day he took me aside and he was like,
That's
"Your
great.
mom,
We're all
when
just
she was
people.
your age,
A lot of intercourse,
it's
huh?
like
lot
we
of
had to
intercourse.
move towns."
Oh, that's fucking
because-
funny. Jesus Christ.
I feel
Had to
like we
move to a
do
town
that
with a
too.
lower population. I'm just
No, a
kidding.
higher population.
Oh, I gotcha.
See how that works? Because if you know
I
everybody
exactly
in
what you're
town,
talking about.
you run into them in the grocery store, and that's just
See,
you
that's
gotta
what it's like growing up in Reno.
Small towns, they just be fucking.
the biggest. little
That's all you
city
do in a
the
small
world.
town. You fuck. You fuck and you make
It's
meth
true.
and you smoke it.
Dude,
Well,
If
yeah.
you're not
I get
My
fucking-
so-
mom
You
used to,
drink
she used to call herself a pit
alcohol.
slut.
Oh,
Pit,
what?
a pit slut.
Mm.
That's like a groovy.
Holy
Only
shit.
super worse.
Oh, a
But
pit
for like
slut.
motorsports.
I'm
For
glad that we're
metal?
all comfortable with our sexuality
for
like that.
motor-
Our mom
sports.
used to fuck a
Yeah.
lot
like
too.
motor.
No, like drag boats and stuff. She was
What?
just. She
Oh,
would
drag
white
boats?
trash sex.
Yeah.
I thought you were in Nevada, so you would go to California.
Well,
or
they got nice
something, or
lakes
the-
there, don't they?
Yep.
They do have a big lake. Well, they have
Yeah,
Tahoe.
but she would go in, like, she grew up in LA and got into it there, and my dad got into it in, like, Wisconsin. And blown alcohol hydro drag boats, super fun,
Scary.
super expensive, super deadly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
scary.
freaky.
Have you seen those flip in the air?
Well, I'm sure
Oh,
she's seen
a
person.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I was really little, but
Did
like
you
I
just
grew up.
laugh at
That's
him?
why I felt so comfortable in the music,
Mhm.
like the traveling music
It
industry.
was less weird.
It was. It was less weird.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm kind of with Amanda here. We kind of were when we're talking about the marriage thing. I think there should be like a test for marriage.
Well, that's the
Or
problem. Is
something like
everybody
that.
lies on the test. That's the problem.
It should be as expensive
Well,
and
at
as
least you made a
grueling
little bit of effort
to get
you know?
divorced.
It
It
takes
should-
a lot of
get married
effort
at
Right.
to lie. So
That's right.
you know, if you
It should
make
be
the
twice
effort
the
and
effort
then
of
it's
divorce.
wrong,
If
you're
you're
like, well, I'm
supposed
not
to-
very
yeah.
good at this, am I?
And
You
should
better
have
get
to
to
talk as
marrying.
many
You
people
got.
about it.
You're already 30. You
At
said.
30, well,
You better get to marrying if you got a
Angelina
lot to
Jolie
do.
didn't get married till she was.
No, life's over 30.
Yeah,
You're
but you
done.
said you have to have many
My
marriages.
life was over 8 years
Oh,
ago.
I mean,
So you better
come on, my 70s.
hop
That's
to
gonna
it.
be really good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if having a husband's like this, but I've found that having a wife is like having a mother that doesn't love you.
Dude, why?
Yeah, no
did-
shit. I
never
just got
wanted
yelled
to
at
be
for
that.
soy sauce.
That's so funny.
Three
we
of
were
them.
we were just on episode 8. We're actually kind of talking about the same exact thing. We're like, oh yeah, if you have a girlfriend or a wife in your 30s, they hate everything you do or something.
Yeah. No, it's just you just grow to hate everything your opposite does.
I think you have
Yeah.
to. I think you fall in love and it's so intense and crazy that it just ruins your fucking life.
Yeah.
And you have to start to hate that person to get a little bit of your life back.
That's true.
But then you start hating too hard.
Yeah.
I keep seeing this Selena Gomez commercial on YouTube saying I had to hate you to love me. And it just took me
Oh,
there.
see,
That video was
That's
shot on an
actually
iPhone.
very
see, my
nice.
brother's
Me
he's
and
a pop
Selena.
singer.
Child.
My brother's a little girl pop singer.
Yeah, he is.
I am.
He
I
just
think
wrote
I
some
am.
lyrics.
Probably seen the same
I
shit.
like that.
You know
I
what's
do.
some funny shit though? Speaking of Selena, is when I went to Texas last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago.
Bitty bitty bum.
I went to a fucking gas station, and right above the Slurpee machine, there's fucking like 5 to 10 fucking Selena
Oh.
fucking mugs. Like
Do
they
you know-
still have like fucking insulated like mugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Themed
word.
Selena stuff in
Hell
South
yeah.
Texas.
Do you
dude.
want to?
That's
I
They're
dope.
wanna-
There's like
I
Selena
wanna
crazy.
go.
Like
You
I'm talking
should've
about
gotten me
90s
one.
Selena.
Yeah, exactly.
Hero.
Exactly.
She's
Yeah.
a
not-
hero. They purposefully made sure that I think it's called the Astrodome.
Yeah.
They were going to demolish it and
Yeah.
put high rises,
Uh-huh.
and everybody was like, "You can't do that. That was Selena's place. You better stop that right now."
Oh, really? That's why they didn't
That's
blow
why
it
they
up?
didn't blow it up.
Oh, that's
love
fucking
that.
'Cause of
hilarious.
Selena.
Well, you want to know what
Oh
I
my
do
God, are you
to my
serious?
I loved her that much.
My
I mean, I was
work
like
wife?
3 when she died.
my
And
work
she's-
wife is
That's so
an older
funny.
Mexican lady.
Yeah.
And at least 4 times a week, I tell her how fat Selena was, just to get her riled
They
up.
just
I didn't
they didn't have
gordo.
they didn't have the right
She
pants.
no gordo.
They didn't have the right pants for her ass back then.
No, she was
No,
great.
the,
She was
no,
hot.
the girl that
but I
murdered
just-
her was definitely fat.
Oh yeah, she was huge.
A little saggy.
Didn't they just let her
very
out?
jealous.
Wait,
they
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
They did. She just got out. Yeah.
She didn't mean it.
She
Yeah.
didn't mean it.
She
Hey,
meant
hashtag
it.
It was
She
Selena.
meant
Accident.
it.
It was an accident.
Hashtag
But I think if
fat
Selena existed
No,
now,
Selena Quintanilla
her ass be
for
looking
that.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She gets so mad. I've been doing it for years. harassing her, calling her Selena fat.
That's
That's so
actually pretty
funny. And it still strikes
Oh yeah, she still gets mad at me.
right to the bone.
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
I went to
It does
Selena's
hurt.
grave
It
once, and I
hurts.
was like, "Hey, so you're Jennifer Lopez, huh?"
She got a good looking rump.
Do you think guys go up to dead porn stars' gravestones?
Yes,
and jerk
Yes.
off
I already
on
know
them?
where you're going.
That's probably a thing.
That's my. I bet you.
Yeah.
I
People-
bet you it's just white.
People are
Just
weird.
No, it's
like
I think
Very
people
weird.
just go to regular gravestones too and jack off on them.
Do you know what
probably.
happens at Gigi Allen's grave?
No.
I think I'd be
Who's that?
honored.
On purpose, people like
Wait, refresh who Gigi Allen is.
Gigi Allen.
I don't know who it is.
For
Gigi
the people
Allen?
at home that don't
For
know
the
what you're
people at
talking
home
about.
that don't
I
know what
hardly
you're
know
talking about.
people's names in
was-
here.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He
No, I don't.
would
I know the
like
name.
his shows would consist of like he would
So he's like
he
a
would
promoter.
have diarrhea on the stage.
wait,
he would
you
suck
talked
the
about him on-
diarrhea off the stage and spit it onto the crowd, and then he would rape people with like either his cut off dick or micro penis. And he would cut himself, and he was just so brutal and
Yeah.
violent, and absolutely of no substance except for this shocking, showing punk rockers how lily white their asses are.
You should have killed him.
They
Interesting.
did.
Oh,
He
good.
did. He did.
Oh, good.
They
But somebody else
partied
should
around
have.
his dying body as it was like death rattling,
Yeah.
What
snuggling and
Good.
stuff.
Right.
year
I should
was
have
this?
spit his shit
Oh
on him.
man, 97, I think he died.
I
Ugh.
figured.
What do they
Sounds
do to
like
his
it.
grave?
Was that before or
People
after Rammstein?
shit on it,
came in?
vomit. They drink entire bottles of booze and just to piss him out on his grave.
Oh, okay.
It's just, and his parents beg people not to. They're like, please stop.
Why? He was an asshole. And he
He was
deserves
like
it.
the worst. He
Yeah.
was probably one of the worst humans.
Oh, it sounds
Who
terrible.
wasn't killing
so is
people, I
punk
mean,
music? What group was he in?
Oh, he like
Or
the
is it
Murder
just called
Junkies
GG?
and yeah, the Murder.
If somebody was in
GG
my
Allen and the
band
Murder
doing that-
Junkies. Yeah, there was another
Oh,
earlier one.
No, I would hit him. I would hit him and make him quit.
I would dose him with acid and then ask him why.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
probably needed some psychedelics. He was. They talk about him being comparable to the who is it, Joey Ramone, who's like certifiably insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't like that genre for
But then you
nothing.
go too much and you get Sid Barrett. You know what I mean? So it's like a
What the
fine
hell's
line.
Is he a lounge singer? Who are you talking about?
Yep.
No, Sid Barrett was the original.
Dracula.
Was he singer or guitar player for Pink Floyd?
Oh, I don't know.
Both maybe.
But anyways, he ended up doing too much drugs and he got loony and like ended up going out like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is he dead?
No, I
that's
think
too
he is
bad.
now. I
Oh,
think he
good.
is now. I think he died a couple years back. But
Do you
yeah.
know Rocky Erickson?
No.
Oh, what
I
a
hate
story.
people who fucking spit on people and puke and
Yeah, but he sucked up his
It's gross.
diarrhea
Yeah.
off the floor.
Yeah, that's
first.
so
The
gnarly.
first
And then spit
concert
it.
I ever went to was MC Chris. It was in Denver. I think the
hey.
venue's gone now, but
What's MC
somebody peed all over someone else in the crowd, and he stopped the show and he shone the spotlight on him and called him out.
Awesome.
And that was my first
they
concert.
should have peed on him. They should have held him down and peed on
MC
him.
Chris, he does.
MC
he's-
Chris, he was the guy from the Shake, Master Shake and all them.
Yes, that's exactly
yeah,
right.
he was the spider.
Yeah, my name's
He was
Sheikh
the-
Zula. I'll rock it to you. The old
yeah.
schooler. Yeah, he does that.
Mm.
He was the coolest. We called it nerd rap.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
we
it
were
was when it
so
came
into
out.
it.
I remember that little phase.
What was it? What was that show called?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
It took me a second.
That's
but
the one.
I
Is
got
that
it
they
now.
still making those?
No,
I still love that show.
still good. The
There's
oldies.
so many of them. You could just go back and rewatch them.
Oh,
I
God.
don't even remember how
I'm
Is
many.
a
there really?
one-time guy. I don't rewatch.
It was
shit.
like, well,
I'm lazy.
It was like 3 in the
I
morning
watch
stone, so I don't remember
everyone's.
half of them.
It's
you know what I mean?
it's
I like to
it's
quote
real
it.
good to see you in my house without my permission. No, don't get up. Can I interest you boys in some peanuts? Let me load them into the end of the shotgun right here.
What was that from?
That's all I remember
that
from
from
that show.
Friday?
No, that's that Aqua Teen. That's the only thing I remember.
Is that right
I've only
now?
seen it a few times.
That's my
Yeah.
fucking meatball.
I
That's the only thing I can.
Meatwad.
Carl.
Yeah.
I love
There's
that
the
show.
one episode where they all smoked the Moonawana.
The
Because
Moonawana.
that was where marijuana grows before it became legal. They somehow convinced a whole bunch of teenagers that marijuana was grown on the moon, but it was actually them burning rubber tires. And then
Yes. You guys need a
I seen
drink.
it.
I'm
I
just
seen
kidding.
it. I saw it once. Mark needs a drink.
That was how I first got high. Was I think you call it a gravity bong, but we cut off the bottom of a Coca-Cola bottle and then put
Yeah.
it in a bucket and had that little chillum in it, and you'd raise it up, and it was great.
We did a lot of
It was
those.
fun.
We always made shit. Instead of just going to buy a fucking pipe, we always had to make some. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were so crafty. It was like
Dumb.
go-
Do you know how much
I've done the
horrible
tin
shit we
can.
smoked?
we
I've
drink
done the
Goldschlager for the weekend, and then like
Oh!
figure out how to drill.
I did
into
it.
the
I
thing.
made
You
all
did
those
it. I know
bongs.
you're the one who did it.
Goldschlager.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
I get very
Why
into
was
what
that
I do.
so cool.
The
we
gold
were like,
flakes.
yeah, there's flakes in here.
Gold flakes. That's
Yeah,
why.
we
So
were-
this
I'm
one-
glad it was still cool 8 years after.
So, okay, gravity bong fail, because you just reminded me, but way back when, this kid in my apartment in Salt Lake City lined it with foil, the lid of the milk jug, and just took like the deepest, biggest.
And that shit was
rip.
melting, wasn't it?
It was just metal smoke.
Oh God.
I thought he
That's
was
what I
gonna
mean.
die.
People in Salt Lake are really
I thought
weird.
I thought he was gonna die.
I mean,
gross.
they're good people.
I don't understand
It's
what
just the
happened. So
environment
what?
is
He smoked
strange.
foil.
He smoked foil. He just got
He
foil
took
hot
a
as fuck.
huge
Dude,
rip
what the
of-
fuck? Did he die?
He tried.
That
He
seems
worked
bad.
For it, though. It was bad. I
That
thought he
seems
was
really
gonna
bad.
die. I was like, and I was so
Speaking
stoned.
of really bad, I saw these things that they sell at the head shop now. It's like this little glass piece that you like shove into a fucking pop can, so you like don't have to
Why?
smoke the pop can.
Oh,
Or the
come
top
on.
of
Yeah, it's
really?
totally
Like
fucking
in the-
stupid.
That's about
No,
30
look at
years
that.
too late.
Spend $5 on a fucking glass
30.
pipe, dude.
It's for
Yeah.
kids.
They all have them.
So the
They
parents
make-
don't know
They
what's
make
up.
ceramic
Oh,
can
for the
shaped
kids, that's true.
pipes too.
Man, fuck the kids, man.
Well, in middle school, that's all we
Figure
had.
your shit out.
And I remember lying.
I figured my shit out. I had a pipe when
I'm
I was a
so
kid.
high.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you meant fuck 'em.
I saw green things.
Jesus Christ.
I was smoking weed. I was drinking and smoking
I had a nice
on a
nails.
regular basis by 8.
I had a
By
nice nails pipe
8 years
very
old.
similar to that.
Yeah, because you were at that fucking boat race. There's nothing else
Oh yeah,
to
that
do.
boat race.
No. Eventually, they both kind of just detached from their kids and left us alone in the house. They did. I mean, it was
We spent a lot of time in the house
Adrenaline
alone.
junkies, huh?
well,
Something about the
We did.
race
alcoholics,
of time. That too.
histrionic personality disorder types.
We would just go in different rooms and masturbate.
Well, good.
I mean,
And we
You
did
felt
drugs and
safe.
alcohol. Not at 8. Pretty young, no.
it's what you do in
We
your
could just
home.
go in different rooms and masturbate. This is so good.
Do you guys think
writing
kids
that
these
down.
days are up to the same stuff that we were, or do you
Yeah.
think
It's
that
more
they're
public.
like?
Yeah, probably.
They
You
have
think
no
it's public, or do you
Oh,
think they're better
man.
at
My
hiding
poor
it?
niece.
Because
My
it's-
nieces, they get all these weird videos on Snapchat of just dicks and shit.
Yeah.
And they're all
Young.
15, 16, 17, somewhere in there.
I'm so glad I didn't grow up in this era.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, dude.
My weird dick would have been on everything.
Yep.
I don't think we even really like looked at dicks
Hashtag
like
weird dick.
intently until like maybe like 20.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
Till like dick pics started
It's like
happening.
in 18 in
Or just
2008.
checking them out.
We didn't even have like good cameras on our phones. It was
No, I know. It was better
it's,
for
like
me.
unheard of.
It was
If you
more
had a-
blurry. I wouldn't. They would be like, "Oh, that's great dick."
That's why no one knew they were
now
fat
they
back
see
then.
it. They
That's
can
why-
see all of it now.
No one knew they were fat back then because all the cameras fucking suck dick.
Pixelated, like
Hell yeah.
It's like, yeah, I look fine.
Look great.
Yep.
Now everything's HD. It's like
Everything's
Yeah.
super
HD.
I
HD.
invite you.
I
into
mean,
the
Oh, you
closet
don't want
today.
no.
I gotta
So
shave
revealing.
before I come here and shit, or else you guys see all the stubble.
Oh, damn.
Oh, your face is fine.
Have
My
you ever
weird
just-
dick in HD. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Paul.
take a picture of my dick and
Let's look at your weird dick.
I'm like, hey, look at my
I
dog to
think
my
that they're
customers.
all
Make
beautiful.
them look at it.
Your
and that
dog.
they are all
penis.
good penises.
Paul's
All
dick
of
looks
them?
like a mole rat.
all of them.
I got
All-
a good
all
look.
they're all-
penises
they're
are
all-
good.
That's an
they're
outlet
all
dick.
Even
good.
GG Allen's
Oh, yeah,
half
you
cut off
seem-
micro penis dick.
Yeah, that sounded like
probably
trouble.
not that one. I purposefully forgot about that one.
Okay.
You should
But-
just Google it one day.
Nope.
I've never even heard of this person.
I'll do it.
The worst thing I heard about was
Nope.
Rammstein,
Yeah,
and
get
I
in
know
there.
that they peed on their audience,
Oh,
but that
that's-
was the worst thing I'd ever heard of, like in
No
the
doubt.
90s. And my dad raised us on like the Butthole Surfers,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
there's a cassette
I
tape
forgot
with that
about
little
them.
freaking weird worm on it.
Right.
I remember being like 7 or 8 years old and just being like, my dad's disgusting. Ew.
You know what's fucking funny? There's a musical
love it.
artist called G.G. Allen's dick.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Short.
Clever.
So you already knew this.
I did.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty good.
You looking at it?
No.
Oh, he's
no.
just
Yeah,
you
good.
just like the name of that song a lot.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Is it like weird and disformed?
What the hell's wrong with that guy?
Describe. Oh,
Let me see.
I've never seen this guy
He's
before.
super mutilated, self mutilated to shreds. He
Right.
shredded himself.
I wonder if
up.
that was like the opening door to.
Wow.
They
Why?
buried him in a jockstrap.
They
This
buried
poor
him in a
family.
jockstrap.
In a jockstrap and his like denim
You can see
jacket.
he's sick here. They wanted to
Who's
see
buried in a
That's some weird
jockstrap?
Clockwork
Oh.
Orange kind of thing.
it. G.G. Allen's dick.
You can see pictures of him in his casket. If you scroll enough, it'll pop up.
Oh wow! Kind of like
yeah.
when
I
they
think
put
there's.
Elvis
I
in
think
the
there's a
drive-thru.
documentary.
There's several.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
There's a
watching
new one out too.
No,
I think.
thank you.
Yeah, his family was on
Nice.
that.
No thanks.
I don't know why people want to share that shit.
I
with
mean,
other
I
people.
already.
He was so in your face about like all of
Wow.
like the taboo shit that you can't discuss.
Yeah, it's taboo. It's more decency.
I like
it's
the
mental
reaction.
health. He was absolutely insane, and
like,
he wasn't.
Yeah, he has.
Apparently.
And this happens.
Well,
and
I haven't
people just
actually
shove 'em
seen
away and
the
they go,
dick. Like
anyway.
it's just the jockstrap and all
Gigi.
that. You know, there's his butt. I mean, maybe he just really liked the way that he looked, and he thought he was like blessing everybody. You know, super
awful.
narcissist.
Yeah.
kind of
Sorry.
thing.
I didn't
He's
mean
an
to
asshole.
derail us with this G.G. Allen's dick,
Is
but
it
it fascinated me.
derailing or is it fascinating?
Well, the
'Cause-
'90s were super weird. I
that
mean, people were really fascinated with like
So the one I saw was this one.
I don't even know. They like it was really, really like fuck
go
the
either way.
man, like don't play by the rules.
show
That was when
people what
drum
we're
and
talking
bass
about.
first came
No?
out. Oh my
YouTube.
gosh. I found out in Florida when drum and
Judi.
bass came out, they were having these massive boat parties with jars and jars of ecstasy. And that's kind of how the electronic music thing sort of like seeded its way through.
That's the only way you can listen to it.
It's
Like
When
a
your brain ain't
fungus.
working.
I disagree about
I'm
it.
not gonna
I
lie.
was
likes
raised
it
on
too.
it, so
I got into it because
know?
I was rolling, and that's the music they played at all the parties.
I like
But
the feeling of it.
I'm glad
Channel-
that I left with the music because
I
I
don't like
DJ'd
it.
for years after that, and I loved it.
That's what we did.
Still
in
do.
Salt
It's
Lake.
Mark's love story.
Yeah, it was good.
I like a good beat,
Drugs brought me there, but I stayed for
but
the
I get
music.
annoyed really quickly. So if it goes on and on,
93 had a cast at 11 p.m. that was called Channel 93.3's E11 with Armin van Buren. And I was like 7 or 8 years old, and it came on the radio because that's what I had in my room. And I would stay up and listen to it, and it like changed my life because I had never, my parents were Grateful Dead people, and my
that's
dad
no good.
liked really, you know, like I just said, Butthole Surfers
Yeah.
and
My
like
dad
punk
smoked
rock.
good weed.
He also sold it.
Nice,
Yeah,
perfect.
in the 80s and 70s because he
Well,
was
because
a
the Deadheads-
fisherman in Alaska, and he
Yeah.
would fish out the shit from the ocean.
Oh wow,
Sometimes in
Fantastic.
Texas, it'll wash up on the shore.
that's funny. We actually in Texas. So years ago, I was fucking 8 or 10 or something like that. We went years ago. We were on Boca Chica, beach is a beach by Bronzeville, and so we were on the beach. We see this fucking huge fucking box on it just like washed up onto shore, and there's like moss on it and all kinds of weird shit, but we couldn't open it.
Oh,
and
weird.
then so when I was telling my dad the story when we were out in Texas this last time,
Yeah.
he added that he saw like all kinds of clothes and stuff out in the distance, like it was like a shipwreck or some shit like that.
Oh, word.
Yeah, or something like that. I didn't know that. I didn't remember that. And I
Yeah.
think he's kind of bullshitting, but whatever. But he remembers it, and that's good enough for me. And then, so like we were about to go to the van to go get a crowbar because my dad had a
Hell
crowbar
yeah.
in the van.
My
Because we're gonna
mans.
go open up this
Pop this
motherfucker.
puff.
Yeah. And then when we did that, something bit my dad. like in his leg, in the water. And he was like, "What the fuck?"
It was
And
one
then-
of the drug dealers.
But I guess it hurt. yeah, right.
It's like tied to the.
So we stopped fucking with the thing, and we ended up just taking off because like
you
it
guys
was.
could have made some cash.
Yeah, I know, right? Some
You
cake,
never know. What if it was
Quiche.
a box full of snakes?
right? Oh, I know.
Water snake.
Dude,
You never know.
What if it was a box full of weed? That's what I was just thinking. Like,
Okay.
like that would have been awesome, dude.
Cocaine.
Anyways.
Right. Was
I
gonna
mean,
say
they
it's
throw it
like,
into
wow.
the ocean from Mexico, and then they like try to navigate it around. Like
Yeah.
usually the boats will come out and they would just meet or whatever. But sometimes it didn't work out, and then kids in Texas would walk over to the shore. What is this white stuff? You know,
Cocaine,
Kids
That's
in
your
Texas
heritage.
know what that white stuff
half
is.
Maine, half
Yeah,
cocaine.
probably.
I would think.
Half Maine, half cocaine.
So I got bad news the other day.
What?
My Fender's in disarray. My brand new Fender.
Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Nuh-uh.
yeah.
What happened?
Well, I brought my brother and I.
I just smiles.
He's been wanting to get his
What
guitar
did
set
you
up.
do?
Sure. So you took them both.
So I took them both because mine was buzzing a little weird.
Uh-oh.
But then
Catastrophe struck.
he's looking at his guitar, and I was shocked. He plays his guitar a lot.
Oh, really?
Oh man, like the paint's coming off and shit. That's
Nice.
like a real worn guitar.
I love
can
it.
I can't even do that. I try, and I play a lot. Every one of my instruments looks brand new. I don't know what the hell. Maybe I got just soft skin. What do you think?
My fat fingers.
So his
You're
frets,
careful, though,
His
when
frets were
I was gonna say, did you
divots in
sweat a
them for
lot?
the
Yeah.
strings. I've never seen that
Word.
before.
No shit. So you had to
Yeah,
get
it's pretty
refretted?
impressive. No, he was able to fix it.
Oh.
Yeah, he buffed
Just
them all
filed it
out.
out.
And so he's looking at his. He's like, "Oh, geez, that guy plays a lot." I was like, "Yeah, he plays a lot." And I just stared at him.
Got a tight grip.
And then I hand him
I
my
was like,
guitar.
ooh, what's he going to say about mine?
Yeah, I was excited. I was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah,
like, ooh.
fucking check this out,
Check
dude."
out my fucking...
That's how he plays like 3 notes. And he goes, "Everything's wrong with your guitar." And I was like, "Oh fuck." He's like, "Did you get this brand new?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Good, because you need major warranty work."
Good.
And this guy's been a luthier for 30
Wow,
years.
no shit.
So
Holy
where the
fuck.
bolt on, apparently moisture gets into the screws if they use certain kinds of woods. So right there's a bow just in that part behind the. So it's like
Oh
all
my
fucked
God.
up, and then
No
the
way.
neck shrunk, so the sides of the frets are sticking out. I didn't even notice. And so he's like, "Yeah, you need to go to a fucking factory warranty place," and he goes on and on about how Fender now they refuse to throw away any of the wood. And so some of those pieces of wood are sitting in the shed for like 10, 12 years. And my guitar, that's a high-end guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you paid a lot for
Yeah, it
it.
was
You
like
paid a
2
used
fucking
car.
grand. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Right.
It was the most I ever spent on a Git fiddle.
Yeah, that's like the
And
most.
he's like,
that's
you-
the amount that he spent on burner phones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last week.
Easy.
So wait, what do you send it in?
So they said if they can't fix it, and he's explaining what they do to fix it, they like bore out the back of your neck and like level it out, and I'm like, fuck. He's like, either that or they'll send you another one, but then I'm like, if they send me another one, it's probably gonna be the same fucking problem. And that shop's like my favorite shop, Drum City Guitar Land.
Drum City
Send
Guitar
me
Land,
some money
Drum
for
City
advertising.
Guitar Land.
Oh wow.
He's writing
I
it
used
to go
down.
there
He's
all
writing
the
it down.
Yeah,
So you better be
they've
ready.
been open since like the '60s,
He doesn't
and so
care. He doesn't care about us.
he's like,
What's
we
the
used to
guy's
sell
name?
Fender. His name's Russ. That's the luthier guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the owner guy.
The owner guy.
I
Who
don't
has
know his
20
name. Weird hairdo guys in his
When
name.
you said Russ, I remember that guy who used to book the shows that was in the wheelchair.
Oh
What's
yeah,
his
what's
name?
his name?
Oh.
Russ, it was Russ something. But that
I
guy
remember-
booked
wow,
us.
that's
that guy
that's a
booked-
deep cut.
Dude,
Russ Wheelie.
That guy booked us for the first fucking 5 years of our career. I swear.
Is he dead?
For where?
Don't
What
know.
venue?
I don't know.
He was around.
Yeah, he was around. We used to do like House of Rock and like.
Oh yeah.
Remember House of Rock in Thornton? 104th and something.
Oh, I
good
used to
old
live
days.
over there.
Why weren't you at our show?
Why weren't you at our show
So
then?
this was pre-divorce, but post-marriage.
Oh yeah. So recently,
Mm-hmm.
we should have built a time machine, went back and seen us young.
Do you remember Wyatt
Pre-divorce,
Storch?
post-marriage?
What?
Oh yeah.
Wyatt
Russ
Storch.
Austin
Yep.
Russ Austin. was his name.
Old Wheelie.
Old-
I wouldn't take the money from him because it was gross. People in wheelchairs are gross.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry to
He's a good guy. He booked us for a while.
Oh,
No.
they're not.
I
I mean, the
know.
only reason that they would be gross is just because they don't have the proper showering tools. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta have one of those detachable shower heads.
You're nice.
If you don't have one of those, people go get one.
Yeah, they're
I
nice.
There's
like-
no better way to get clean.
Yeah, you can get right all up in your balls with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
Forgot
I
about
like
him.
I like people
No.
whose bodies work.
Yeah, it's better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Walk around.
Even though
Horrible.
mine barely
I don't
does.
prefer all these people
Yeah.
getting captured.
I feel like my
Yeah.
organs are starting to
You
work
guys are
better.
horrible people.
Well, yeah.
I wish I was that mean.
They're very.
I was get away from me,
What's
wheelie.
interesting to me,
I wish I
Xander,
was that
is
mean.
like they talk like this to other people. Just imagine the voices inside their heads. You know
Oh, my
that
voice?
they talk to themselves
I
with.
know it's not good.
You're mean to yourself,
I'm mean to everybody in my head.
but mostly
Yeah.
to you because we
That's
are
true.
our worst critics.
I
And
usually just
so-
think about cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Oh man, cantaloupe's good.
I don't like a cold cantaloupe.
Why do we have Tech
Do you
Nine
ever
as a
salt your
hashtag?
cantaloupe?
What's
Salt.
that?
I
My
put
grandpa used to
spicy
salt
stuff.
and
Yeah, we used to
on
do
it,
that.
Oh yeah, you got to put salt on it.
Cayenne.
Because
like
Matt
salt
went to
on
the
fruit.
Tech Nine show and
Me
he was
too.
supposed to talk about it. He was he was second in the back or second row,
Oh, really?
and he didn't say a word
He
about
didn't-
it.
he didn't say
No,
one
not
word
even,
about
I even
it.
put the hashtag and
It was
not a
that
word.
Good.
Let the
Where
it
is
was
last-
last
Matt?
week.
That
Yeah,
good.
he didn't even.
Nope, not
He
one
didn't.
word.
He didn't want to come out because of the snow.
He's
No, he moved.
he's moving in the snow.
Oh, that's shitty.
Dummy.
That's shit balls.
Or he's moving. It's not. He didn't move.
What a big dummy.
Hey, do we have comments? Did Matt?
No, it's just
No.
Patrick writing to me and
I always
me
write to
writing back
Mark.
to him.
Last week, we got a Lips Donkey update.
What?
Yeah, he commented on a couple of our old shows. And
Really?
he put his rap in one of the descriptions.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Get it out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing?
It doesn't work on
What a
there.
compliment.
It was the one I wrote the
Custom
rap
rap.
about.
Oh, is on that episode?
Yeah.
I
He
don't
put the
remember what one.
timestamp of when we're talking shit, and then he put his. And I tried to comment on it, but for some reason it wouldn't work. I
'Cause
tried
it's
two.
you?
I tried 2 or 3 times,
Really?
and then I stopped.
That's why.
It's the negative thoughts.
Nah,
They're
I'm not gonna look
lowering
for
No.
your vibration.
I forgot you think it's me.
We
manifestation.
need to.
Maybe I have an
raise your
alter ego. I hope I
vibration.
do. That'd
like
be
when
fun.
you sleepwalk
yeah,
and then
everybody-
What do we
you're
think you're
lips
doing?
donkey.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Like
she
Captain
thinks I'm lips
Underpants.
donkey.
When you get in the shower.
Ambient Pat is fucking lips donkey.
Fuck yeah. So yeah, it was on episode
100.
22. See, look at all that. He wrote the whole rap.
Oh, geez. You want me to read it?
You read it before.
Oh, I've read that before.
Yeah, it was the one that
Oh.
he was talking shit about my song.
Oh.
It was the retort, but he didn't write
So
no
he hasn't
beat,
read back
so-
since then?
No.
So why did he write as a comment?
I don't know. It was just out of nowhere.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, really, fuck
donkey
yourself.
lips. Yeah.
Just
I'm too
lazy.
obsessive. I wouldn't miss a show if I was lips donkey.
Me neither.
I don't feel like you have.
I have.
You've missed a show?
No, I mean, well, they're my shows. And I
If
can't.
a podcast gave me that much attention, I would be on the
Wink.
motherfucker.
But I mean, if I was making my raps. Plus,
Yeah.
that's not my style of rap.
What, his?
Mine's old school rap.
Yeah, you have old school style.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna fuck your face.
You try and fit too many words in a small amount of space.
Yeah, boy, that's my shit.
That's your shit.
Bar breaker.
You
What's
and
that?
Nick.
Oh yeah, no, me and
Too many words in one spitting.
what's because who did I listen to back then? Mystical,
Mr. Cal, Busta Rhymes.
Busta
Is
Rhymes.
that East Coast
yeah.
or West Coast? Because that's
Well,
important.
I'm not sure.
Oh, well,
It was
East,
Busta
East,
Rhymes was East
2003
Coast.
-ish.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes was East Coast.
West
I don't know
Coast
where
didn't-
Mystical was.
By the
really
time we were
come out.
listening, they were like squashing that beef. That
Yeah.
was like, that was like all,
Yeah, into a patty,
and into a patty.
beef patty.
Okay. Yeah, that was the come out. That was the what bloomed out of
I think so. Yeah.
the deadly beef squash.
Well, it's because they all started making money, and they were like, well, "This is
They're like,
stupid. I
yeah,
want to buy
why
a
are we
Ferrari."
fighting each other? Let's just make some money, make some cash.
Every once in a while, they'd still act like it just for a song. One of my favorite ones is West Side Connection going after
What's that? Kitty King,
Hips. Who's the one who did Hits from the Bong?
Cypress Hill.
Yeah, they were going after Cypress Hill.
Why?
I don't know. They're like the
Bong.
stupidest chill idiots.
Aren't they white?
Yeah,
white
dude.
boys?
And then they just,
Why would the fucking
they're like Mexicans or something.
Mexican
I think they're
and-
white boys.
Maybe.
Mexican? I think they're Mexican.
No, there's a.
Alright.
I think
Be
there's
real.
a black guy, and then there's a.
Well,
Be
then
real.
No wonder
Cypress
Yeah,
people
he's
would
like,
attack
yeah, there's like a black
them.
dude and Be Real's Mexican. And then, yeah.
It was pretty funny. They went after him pretty hard. I wish I wouldn't get turned off for copyright infringement, or else I'd play it.
I know, right?
I like that song.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna
So
play it
how
later.
do you how are
Imagine-
you able to attach those things to your videos?
Never.
We should talk
Because
about
I
this.
own them.
No, I mean like people do it all the time. You have to like give credit or go.
Yeah,
do a
but
few
then
steps
what
and-
happens is they get flagged, and a certain amount of times you
But
get
if
flagged.
you link it, if you give credit to it,
Yeah.
like there should be a way to legit.
but you have to
add
get
it.
actual permission.
Right.
Yeah, from the person.
Oh, no.
Girl, I'll
Skinny.
pay
Whoever
you $10 more
uploaded
an
it or
hour to
whatever.
figure that out. That's
Because if
important.
you get flagged, because I think you have to put in an out.
You know how you can do it?
Thing on your tag.
Don't be on YouTube.
Good job.
You heard the man.
Make your own fucking video.
Do I need a server?
Yeah.
I'll get a server.
Yeah. That's really the only way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And not even Joe Rogan wants to
Because
do that.
when we had our cover band, and I just recorded and put up one set, we got flagged for everything, and it took it down. Every
Yeah.
single song.
Every
Because we were so good too, they knew it.
I have a couple cover tunes on my channel that haven't got flagged or
Really?
anything. Yeah, so I wonder
What's the name of your channel?
Face to Face.
All right.
Or I think it's just Mark Perez actually. I think
Mark
that's just
Perez's face of bass.
on YouTubes.
YouTube.
That's cool.
It's crazy how fast they can figure that kind of stuff out.
It was by
The other day,
like a minute
I took
later.
a picture of
It
my
was crazy.
boobs and accidentally posted it to my Facebook story. But they found it immediately, and they were like, no, don't post this. And they took it down for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I
lucky.
was like, that's so nice.
That's super lucky.
That is super lucky.
because I,
Jesus.
yeah.
A couple years ago,
Exactly.
wouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
No.
That'd have lingered.
That would have been a free
It wouldn't have
Facebook
been a
story.
story, but it would have been a post. And I've seen a few friends who have done that.
Who've
before.
done that? Yep.
Dicks and
Me too.
boobs and
I have
Yeah.
never taken a picture of my
You get
penis.
excited, and you just
It's
like,
like,
I
oh,
gotta
no, you
right now.
guys.
Look at how nice this is.
Yeah, I've never transmitted pixels of my dick digitally.
I
you.
have once. It was
Ever.
a hole in my hotel room sheet. So I put two eyes above the hole. I drew some ears like a mouse face, and I just put my urethra through the hole, like on its side, so it looked like
yeah.
a mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Very
good.
artistic
I got
dick pic.
one where he had sunglasses on his dick, like big white ones.
oh, of course, white ones.
Hilarious looking, actually.
Wow.
Really funny.
What I did to someone was I like to peel oranges so that they look like a dick and balls when you're done with it.
You
So
c-
basically, I just like peel down the middle, and then there's like this big dick, and then the two.
Oh,
balls
yeah,
on the
yeah,
other
yeah,
side.
yeah.
So I put it down on my pants, and I Snapchatted it to like all my girlfriends and stuff. You know what I mean? And like some of them were like, "What the fuck?" I was like looking at it again, and I
It's
sent
an
it back to them, and they're like, "Oh, it's like," but dude, it was all orange.
Does that mean that your genitals look like orange?
Yeah, I
skins?
think so. I think that's what it is. I got Trump
Orange
balls.
skins.
Trump balls.
I'm an orangey penis.
All dimply.
It
and
means that
stuff?
some guys
Totally.
eat too many carrots.
I like a good carrot.
You know,
you
carrots
say your
give you a
balls
lot of
were orange?
energy.
No, I was telling them my old Snapchat trick where I like to peel an orange to where it looks like a dick and balls at the end. You know what I mean? So like,
No.
if you just like take your thumb and like pull out the dick,
I don't eat
basically,
citrus.
and then you like pull out the wings and those are the balls.
Huh.
I just laid it on my fucking here and I Snapchatted it
And
to
you
all
got
the
in
ladies
trouble
in my
or what,
Snapchat.
dude?
Yeah, they're all like, "What the fuck, dude?"
They didn't look hard enough.
Yeah, and then I sent it back to them, and they're like, "Oh,
That's an orange.
orange."
So we just did that twice.
That's actually.
It just
I
happened.
know, but that's what happens
This
when you
is
have to
my
go pee.
recap.
Orange.
Yeah, you go pee sometime.
I don't have to go.
My organs work.
I don't pee for 3 hours. I train at the Adam Dunn Show.
I'd be pissing all the time. I'd be like, hold on, guys.
I actually do piss because I'm the producer and I can leave.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this about the whole working body thing. My dad got his hips replaced, and he has metal hips. And so when my mom and dad got divorced, she was like, "Yeah, I don't think his body recognized me," you know. She's like, I don't think that.
Them hips ain't move right no more.
Yeah,
No motion in
exactly.
the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, but it's like if you are a metal, because so many people are half robot these days.
Right.
Can you imagine? So many people are walking around with huge chunks of metal. I have one right here in my jaw. You know.
Yeah.
That's metal right there. Yeah.
From an accident or
metal
something?
plated. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A car accident when I was
Oh.
18. I was in a coma.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
How long?
A month.
Jeez.
That's some good sleep.
Scared the shit out of my mom.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Did you have any like coma dreams?
I was just about to ask that
Well,
same
my
thing.
mom did really well. She'd never let me spend the night alone in the hospital, and she always read books to me. The whole J.R. Tolkien series.
Oh wow.
What's
Yeah, so I had like The Hobbit,
yeah,
the
okay.
the
Shrek.
Lord of the Rings.
So did you have like
was
imagery
about to say
of
Harry
that, or
Potter.
you remember hearing it?
Well, it's kind of like when you have a really intense trip and then you go back and you look at that experience.
Wow.
I think that's kind of how I remember it because, of course, no, I don't really remember like what it was like to be in a coma. I know it was like to wake up from it and, you know, kind of just
How
have
was that?
this
Were you like
delirium.
extremely like tired and stuff when you got up and like beat, or were you like rested? Or
The hell happened,
Or
man?
confused?
I had to relearn how to walk.
Yeah.
I had to have like speech therapy. I was 18, so I had to retake my driving test.
Oh geez.
And my cognitive stuff. It had a lot to do with like confidence.
Wow.
I was really not confident about myself for a
Gotcha.
long time
Sure.
after that happened because
Right.
I think I went from being one kind of person to hanging out with all these people because my high school, they were so supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had the whole band like play something for me while I was in the hospital.
Oh, cool.
Oh man, they were great. Centaurus High School, class of 07. Amazing. And so I came out hanging out with the popular kids because for some reason, like they had taken me under their wing. Whereas before, I thought they all hated me because I was so alternative. I was like into techno. Like we were just saying, I was addicted to that Channel 93.3's 11 show. And like I was one of those
Oh,
kids
shit, I
and
forgot
stuff.
about that
so
show.
yeah, I was so
That's funny.
it was like my liberation. And so I got out of a coma and it was like a lot different. And it actually took me about, I would say probably 7 or 8 years to sort of get back into the mindset that I was in, you know, my real dreams and vision, like what I wanted to do in school and blah, blah, blah. It took me like 7 years to
Wow.
really kind of feel like that again. And then
Crazy.
I did smoke a lot of pot
Yes, girl.
after that because like I said, all my friends and my mom, like I had my jaw wired shut, right, because I broke it, so they would come over and visit me and we would smoke weed.
Oh, cool.
I mean, they were so supportive
Nice.
of my healing and yeah, they were really
Well, that's
good.
important. That's
But
awesome.
it kind of
Beautiful,
distracted
yeah.
me from myself. So
Sure.
and I had been, this is the thing, this is the whole reason it happened. The night before I jumped out of the car, I had taken my first.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa,
a
whoa,
second.
whoa, yeah, you gotta pump the fucking brakes, son.
So what was the accident?
You say
You
car
jumped
accident,
out.
everybody
Yeah.
thinks like
You
train.
slipped and fell out of a car?
So me and my mom have sort of a turbulent relationship. My dad
Oh.
was a huge alcoholic, so she sort of reflected that in a really weird way. We got into a fight in the car, and I had been tripping acid the night before, and I had this incredible experience, right? I was like, I'm a free person, da, 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 da. And then my mom, you know, was like yelling at me in the car because we were like going babysitting. The next day I had like a babysitting thing. And so we start fighting. She's like, I don't want you to work in Boulder anymore because it's distracting you from stuff and, you know, you're never home. And so I was like, fuck you, because acid kind of makes you like
Think you
really
could fly?
Exactly. Well, and my idea was like looking at have you seen that show, that movie Lady Bird? Ah, good. Because it's my story. All right.
That's
shit you not.
the blindfold, right?
No, that's the
Lady
Bird
Bird,
Box.
wasn't
I know you
that,
saw that one.
Johnson's
Bird
wife?
Box.
Lady Bird.
Bird Box. That was Bird Box.
Bird
Sorry.
Box.
Okay.
Bird
sorry.
Box.
Wrong bird.
Ombre.
Two birds.
Huh?
One
Wasn't
stone.
that
Lady
Johnson's
Bird
wife?
Johnson.
Yeah.
My bad.
Lady Bird. That's how mean he was to his wife. He just called her Lady Bird.
No, I haven't seen Lady
What's that?
Bird.
No, what is that
Oh,
one
I heard
about?
it was terrible
in
though.
that movie,
That's why I haven't
she
seen
jumps out of a car with her mom. She like hops out and she only breaks her arm. Well, we were going 65 miles an hour on the highway.
God damn.
And
fuck?
I just looked out and I was like, I can do this. And I led with my head. Led with my head, and that's why I broke my jaw. And so, like, when you wake somebody up from something like that, they get really violent. So they had to like subdue me. I took on like 3 or 4 paramedics. I'm a
So
athlete,
you woke
I
up
have a lot of
initially
adrenaline.
right after the accident. You were.
That's
up
what
in the-
happens to
okay.
brain trauma victims. Like if you move them or wake them up, there's
Their
just
fight.
this fight or flight
flight
thing. And so just without knowing it, I like fought off all these paramedics. They had to subdue me, blah blah blah. And that's when I went to the hospital and all that. And
Oh shit!
yeah, it was really intense.
My fight or flight thing was all messed up when I was in my coma.
No,
They
yeah.
tried to shake me, and I just tried to suck their dicks.
Fight, flight, or suck.
I think what
That
really
sucks, though.
got me
I mean,
back to be
I'm just
myself
scared of getting my
was
jaw
actually.
broken. That must have been brutal.
Oh,
I mean, like the mouth,
The wire.
the wire
shut.
part. That's
Yeah.
I'm too fidgety for that. I can't sit still. I'll be like,
I think
well, luckily I had a lot of weed. My friends at the time were huge potheads. One of my girlfriends then, she actually is responsible for helping create the policy, the standard operating procedures for all of our grow operations in the entire nation. Her name is Chelsea Joseph, and she was in Time magazine. But anyway, she loved marijuana, so she was there every day getting me high. And so
Nice.
I got really creative, painted and all that stuff. And
You done any other crazy shit like besides jumping out of a car? You're supposed to tuck and roll, by the way.
Tuck and
Tuck.
roll next time.
And then roll.
Jeez.
well,
And go
I
and
figured go out with
wait
my
till they hit a
hands
corner or
and do
something.
that. I don't even know.
stop at the stoplight and
Something
then
like
jump
that.
out.
Well, skiing when you land, when you jump and you land in the park, like you kind of lead with your upper body, and a lot of strength comes from the legs. But I didn't have skis on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little different.
you
Like,
didn't think it through.
I
Should have had skis on.
expected my legs to catch me because that's what I'm used to. And again, the
65.
acid
Yeah.
was really good acid, like really
Don't blame the
strong
acid.
shit. I'm not blaming it. I'm saying that it did have something to do with my impulsivity.
For sure.
Made me very impulsive. Because I remember the night before we'd been jumping off of rocks, like we were running all around Boulder, and like 2007, 6, it was like a different
So you're just out of high school then. So
I
you're
was
pretty young.
that
like,
was the beginning of my senior year.
so like 17, 18, something like that.
I was,
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Yeah.
I think I know what it's like to be in a coma because I'm kind of fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So working out, maybe.
No,
Just,
no, I'm just in a coma.
I miss the way that psychedelics felt when I was younger because it was a different
Yeah.
experience. It was
Yeah.
like, whoa, shit is moving. Why is it moving? And then that doesn't happen
Now
anymore.
you're just proud because
No.
you paid a bill or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I paid that bill.
I
man.
Well,
miss-
now
miss
you
that
can
experience.
actually move things with your mind purposefully.
I'm usually
That's the theory.
I'm disappointed now. Usually when I'm on psychedelics, I'm like, I don't care about it. It's like, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
It's great.
Sure.
And then I try to put on an album. I have a great time. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Go lay underneath the fucking sheets and
just-
Well,
it's hit or miss.
Don't want to blame the psychedelics. I think the problem was the dynamic that my parents had at the time. It was an abusive alcoholic household,
Sure.
and so my mom took
That
that,
was-
with her.
It was like your flight.
That and you probably
Yeah.
experienced a little bit of ego death the night before, if you tripped
Exactly.
pretty hard.
What's that?
you know what I mean?
And
Death
my
metal
mom
band?
doesn't
Yeah,
really
man.
drink,
Hell yeah.
and my dad had convinced her to get drunk that night. She
Oh, your
kind of.
mom?
Yeah, she doesn't really drink, and so that night, like, I called them for a ride home, and they were like, "We're both drunk." So I was like, "Well, fine, I'll just hang out here and do drugs and take the bus back in the morning," and that's what I did. And so, like, and I don't know it's I guess in hindsight a good thing they got divorced. I know a lot of people get divorced for different reasons, but at the end of the day, like, they had a kind of toxic relationship, and it really rubbed off on me. And my dad will tell me all the time, like, look what your mom did to you, like, talking about that accident. But I'm probably gonna have to wait like another year or so
It's just good
for
that
them to
you're
get
aware
over
of
the
that.
divorce to be like, well, Dad, actually, I think I was here drinking and like that.
I'm trying to raise
Situation
my.
we live
You
in.
can say that now, especially with this Scorpio new moon. It's all about getting shit out that needs to get out and ending of relationships. Is this recent? Their divorce?
Oh, it's been like probably 2 years, so it's
I mean,
still
it's
pretty
still pretty
recent.
recent.
It takes a
Yeah.
long time to go through the
It
court system.
sure
with that.
does.
Yeah.
It took me a year to get divorced.
It should
and
take that long
it's
to get
been
married.
About 7-8 months.
Twice as
Agreed.
long.
It should take that long to buy a house in Colorado, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You have to take a test on what things to plant in your yard, so you don't go around planting shit like blueberries.
I like blueberries.
You
What
can't
about
really grow them
blueberry
here.
weed? Is that okay?
I mean, that's
I'm just kidding.
absolutely, absolutely.
That's the only blueberries I.
I'm trying to raise my daughter an abusive alcoholic home.
You know what? Hindsight, it's given me a lot of empathy for people that grew up in abusive households and for lower income families, because we were kind of poor, but we weren't as poor as my dad made us think. So
Well, if
It's
you
a
never
dad's
get
job.
if you never get pushed to your limit, you never know what you're capable of. You know what I mean? That's why
Exactly.
it's almost a pity for people to not go through any kind of hardship. You
Right.
I
know
don't
what
know
mean?
many people who haven't, though.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
I
Oh,
feel like we
sure.
all have those wounds.
One way or
We
another.
all
Right.
have parents who had attachment disorders. We all had grandparents who beat the shit out of their kids.
Yeah.
And before that, it was the Depression and war, World War,
World
and
War.
it's such a
Speaking of World War, they need to quit
community.
making those movies.
It's a
You think?
yeah.
We get
I
it.
really like them
We
a
get
lot.
it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's a
Just
societal wound
Isn't it
that we
though?
are healing on a collective
Both of
level
their
right now.
parents frickin' beat them.
Yes,
Both
'Cause
of
that
their
was
grandparents on that
acceptable.
side. It was.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
You know, my
Crazy.
grandfather always said, "Kids, you can't beat them and you can't fuck them unless you really want to, and you probably get away with it anyway."
Most definitely, especially back in
There
their
you
day.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta
Free Twitter,
advance
yes.
comedic, very dark comedy. Takes your grandpa saying, "Was that your grandpa?"
That was my grandpa. Yeah, he was a violent rapist.
child.
You hear about old Weinstein showing up to a comedy club this weekend? or
Yeah,
whatever?
and that woman still sucked.
Yeah, she.
She was no good at comedy.
You could tell she was. You could smell the nervousness in her breath.
For sure, that's
That was
so
pretty-
jarring.
It is.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Well, his face is jarring.
Yeah, get out.
Mm-hmm.
Move.
And
I thought he was
showed
in
up
jail.
He
He's
showed
just
up.
sitting
Me
there with
too.
his shirt, eating grapes like.
What is he doing free? Walking amongst the people.
So he must. Is he going to trial or is he getting?
I think they
anything?
dropped the charges.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't have.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, they couldn't
Wow.
find
Heard
the
anything.
potted plant. with
Yeah,
his
he
cum
already
and
has a
everything.
fucking entourage that's cheering for him and everything. So, shit, man.
It's funny though. Did you watch that clip?
It's fucking
Yeah.
gross.
It was-
what it is.
she's like doing the thing and bringing it up, and some guy's like, "Shut up!"
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the background.
Yeah.
Just have
Yeah.
him listen
You
to the
shut it
Rolling
up.
Stones. Crack baby, crack baby, crack
I never
baby.
cared
Show
for
me your
Rolling.
rear. It was about that.
Rumps.
Really?
It was about
Yeah.
what?
It was about Harvey Weinstein
Oh.
and having sex to get into the industry.
Oh, is it a new song?
No, that's
Oh.
He's
Rolling
been around a
Stones.
long time ago.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
They knew it was happening. You know, everybody
Who
did back
wasn't
then.
like to look at buttholes though? That was a Chappelle reference. He was
Michael
talking about
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Really?
Ah.
He liked to look at buttholes.
Hey, baby,
Yeah,
let me see your butthole, baby
specifically.
boy.
That's what it would have sounded like. Although I bet he had a special word for it.
I've heard that he had a
Your
deep voice when he
chocolate
wasn't
hole or
on camera.
something.
That was
Mike-
his.
Duck butter, and
Michael
what was the other
Jackson
thing?
did.
Oh
That'd
yeah,
be interesting
We
if
were
you-
talking about this on episode 8 too. Fucking
What?
the name of Michael Jackson's penis for the kids. What was it?
No, it was his cum.
It was
duck
brick,
butter. or
duck
something.
butter, and then there's Brickstone or Brickstone Lighthouse or something like
Oh, I
that.
don't know.
And you're like, that is a great name for a penis. Or something like that.
I
Yeah.
guess I didn't think of it long enough to remember.
All right, well,
So when did episode 8 air?
I don't
Literally
know.
on
It was
32.
before I went to Spain. It was like the episode before I went to Spain.
so when was that?
That was
It
about
was in March.
20 weeks ago.
So end of February, probably.
Something like that.
How long do you spend in Spain?
2 weeks.
Very nice.
Well, a week in
Let's just
Spain,
redo-
and then a couple days in Amsterdam.
Let's just redo episode 8. What'd you do
Let's
in
just
Amsterdam, man?
Actually, I hadn't gone to Amsterdam yet. I was still getting ready for it.
Oh, word.
And you're like, your other podcast takes you to Spain?
Yeah, yeah.
Your other podcast pays for you to go to Spain for
I
2
can't even
weeks?
get anybody to grab a bite to eat after
Oh my
this show.
Yeah, I went to Spain
Fuck.
basically for free. I just spent my money on tours.
We just get Paul spilling drinks.
On
knew-
a, on
I
a
knew that was
hooer
coming.
or a whore?
Who?
No drugs? Plenty of
Well, I
drugs.
mean, weed. But since we were rolling with Adam, basically that was just thrown at us. Like, weed was just thrown at our feet. So,
In Spain or
Like
Amsterdam?
roses.
both.
Oh, really?
I don't
Yeah.
smoke
Cool.
weed off the floor.
I'll smoke weed off the
I
floor.
have
Yeah, for sure.
once. It's always that lucky
bougie.
nugget
I ain't bougie about
cleaning and it's stuck to the carpet.
it. Yeah.
Like, this is,
Half of that weed's hit the
fine.
floor while they're trimming it anyways. Fucking A.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, bro.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
bro. Yeah, bro. But, yeah. So, yeah, this is basically just episode 8 again. So,
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
case you didn't watch episode 8. this is
Interesting.
Episode 8.
Because the
Again.
new moon is making us go backtrack over old shit so that we can process and make sure wounds are healed.
Okay.
That should be.
I need some band-aids.
So that we can ask for what we want.
Well, all my sores cleared up.
Because I
That's good.
noticed,
After
I
the
was like,
Hooters.
I haven't
So
ever
that's good.
directly asked for
That
the
is good.
bowl, but I want to do that more often.
You got
Like,
a
can
new
I
skin moon.
smoke that bowl
New skin
right now? See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And like my
See
whole
how-
life, I've been
how
afraid
easy and
to.
empowering it
Ask.
is.
It's nerve wracking.
It's hard
because I'm
though.
not sure if you're gonna say no and judge me.
About what?
Like
Well,
why
saying no isn't
you wanna
judgment.
smoke over there. Again, it's I'm only I think at 30 I can like look at my feelings like in the eye and then define them. As a kid, it was just a whole smorgasbord of
Yeah, you're not
of
really taught how.
It's very
rabble-dee-ba-da.
Right, you're not
confusing.
really taught
Yeah, you
how
don't-
to deal with your emotions.
You don't have words to describe
distress
what's going
tolerance.
A calm,
Those sorts of
strong
things.
mind
Until it
wins in every
fucks
situation.
you, and then
That's
you
how
have
you
to
learn.
find
Those
the
hard
word.
lessons.
You're like, oh, there's a. Yeah,
Therapy. People should do that. They should be giving out like.
I think they should just read more books.
Well,
Or,
that too. Books. Books are good. Reading is good.
I don't
Use
want to
the
go to a therapist
podcast.
or read books.
Listen to Brothers
Oh.
Brewer.
I'd rather just
Yep.
hate everything.
I like listening to books on tape,
We're so
and
smart
hating
here.
everything is fun.
Brothersbrewer.com.
Let people enjoy hating things. You know,
I
it's
enjoy
so
it too much.
defeating when people are like,
This is
"Don't,
funny.
don't hate."
I was
And
thinking
then,
about it the
yeah.
other day how much
Like,
I
just let me hate it.
I was thinking about how much I don't enjoy anything. I don't enjoy shit.
No!
That's exactly
For the visually impaired
My
listeners,
whole-
she just was grabbing the pipe and Chrissy ripped it out of her hands.
my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I don't,
Oh, fuck.
I
Great
don't
job,
enjoy
Chris.
anything.
What kind of
I need
animal
to
is
start
that?
enjoying stuff.
Yeah. Just go out and do
It
something.
looks
should
like
try
that.
new
I don't
guy's
like
dick.
doing nothing.
Right.
You should try new things. And
I don't
see-
like new.
and see
Why
if you
not?
might like.
I bet you do.
Yeah, maybe. Not disc throwing, though.
Yeah.
I was totally thrown off. We were
Why
talking
not?
about being direct
Yeah.
about how you feel and what you want.
Oh, that's too
It's
hurtful.
important. It is
Ugh.
hurtful,
Ugh.
and it's also it's a slippery slope there too because being too direct can seem confrontational. See, I have
There's a
complex
way about doing
PTSD and a personality disorder, and that I like identify with what you talk about growing up, not the accident, but the
The
turmoil.
tension.
And I feel like
You
it's
can just
across
feel
the
it.
board in our communities as,
Hey, my brother and I
humans
know
alive
it, too.
today.
It's normalized, and I feel like
It's
people
just a
exploring
symptom.
narcissism
Well,
and
yeah,
psy-
that's
when I
the
learned all those
byproduct.
different words, I was like, oh, okay, because my mom always told me your father scores 10 on the sociopath scale or something, and I never knew what she fucking
Well, that was
meant.
very nice of her to
Like
tell
8
you.
or 9. I mean, she had to live with the man, and she wasn't one of those people who was going to yell at him all the time for drinking because she could tell it was something he liked. So she was like, well,
I like
what I'm
drinking.
going to do is just sit here and pray. I guess that's how she got through her childhood, So
Well, my brother and I, we had horrible trauma as children. Our dad got home kind of late sometimes.
Yeah.
No, you
Be
didn't.
like, hey, let's watch David Letterman.
That was about it.
That's a big one.
I was trying to, because I'm kind of a mousy little boy, and I can't be direct with anybody. So the other night I was just with my wife. I was like, hey, I want to fuck you in the mouth. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
See, and interestingly,
Yeah.
the way her and I grew up
We used it the wrong
makes
way.
us speak a certain way, and you guys are so dark, and your humor is you know what I mean. It's super, like it radiates that you came from a different, like the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
You're like, okay to go there.
We're on the spectrum.
And we're
for
like,
sure.
if we go there, we'll get hit.
Which spectrum?
Just kidding.
So what? We had a good.
It was all that.
I
What was
think
all that?
you guys had it creative. I think
We-
you guys had a really creative upbringing.
No.
Hence the creativity
We just
of this
dug
book that
We
you
dug a lot of holes.
wrote. That you wrote.
And
I'm
guitar
look
playing.
at that thing.
Have you
It
seen their
is
videos yet?
No.
Did the same
crafted in
thing.
such a way as to allow the person
Podcast says that.
to not get so caught up in the, because it is a little horrific.
My
It's
childhood.
horrific. Thank you.
I'm
I want to
Modern
put that
stuff.
on the cover. It's
that's,
horrific.
That's what it says
Like a-
inside. I think on the
gold
first
star
page you
sticker.
said it's
It
a
says
horrific
modern-
horror.
Modern sodomy, an elegant patchwork of tick syndrome and horror.
There we go.
Tick syndrome.
Tick syndrome,
Fantastic.
and that's
That is one of the best
that
books out there.
resonated.
That's a good book.
Modern Sodomy on
It had been
Amazon.
a cool November morn. My dear old granny died of the sif. That's on the first page. Yeah.
I didn't syphilis.
It just comes out with a banger, man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop.
I love it.
It just keeps going.
Now, do you talk about?
like a DJ
So
set.
one time I had a gay roommate, and he had this thing that you screwed onto the shower head that would give you an enema in the shower.
Oh,
right.
smooth.
And
That's
I
what
thought,
this
I
book
mean,
is about.
Oh, that's good.
I was just wondering if you talk about proper sanitization of
Your rumpus.
sodomy tactics.
I'm not sure if there's
your
actually
dildo or
Anything about
whatever.
sodomy
There's
in the
probably
book.
no
Because
sodomy.
one time I went to a sex store and asked them if they had cleaning stuff, and they said no. And it was one of the gay sex stores,
No,
so
you
it
have to
made
go to
me
the
really
pharmacy, girl.
concerned.
Just go to
For the
Walgreens.
cleaning
Yeah,
products?
Walgreens.
Walgreens.
But I want special cleaning products.
That's
for
where you
my
get 'em.
dildos or whatever. At the
Oh,
Drugstore?
what do you want?
Yeah,
right.
you get an enema at the Walgreens.
well, he got
What?
Car
this is
wash.
fancy.
That doesn't clean your
Self-wash.
dildo.
This town
Screwed
is
up.
enema.
Like I went to the shower one day and there was this fucking like dildo thing on the shower head. I turned on the water and I like sprayed. I was like, who did this?
Oh, brutal.
Right here it says, "My face is a flower, your dick is a bee." I'm a poet. I'm a poet.
This is
face is a
romance
flower,
is
my dick is a-
dead, you know?
When I was a kid,
That's
all I did was
adorable.
I was always trying to find
like
dinosaur
that.
bones.
That's better than Muhammad Ali's bee poem.
What is this flower?
He should have gone to Vietnam. You fucking coward.
We got a little bit more. What else you
Again,
got?
Modern Sodomy on Amazon by Chris Dyer.
Christopher Dyer.
Right.
Christopher
Dyer.
Michael Dyer.
Christopher Michael
Michael
Dyer.
Dire.
Catholodico. Yep.
Order
Dinosaur
your copy
bones.
today.
I
Only
was-
one left.
I just was convinced if I just
Dyer?
dug a little
Like
deeper,
Dyer?
I'd find one.
Oh,
I had the same thought growing up.
I wanted to find that dinosaur bone real
Found
bad.
a lot of quartz and dead animals.
Nothing. I found nothing. I
you
just
still can.
I would just
You
fill
know
it up
where
with
they
water
are?
and sit in it.
Along the South Platte River. That's where a lot of fossils are. How do I
I'm
know? I
entertaining
work in
myself.
Elitch Gardens
Now
in
go.
the summer, and I dig in the soil a lot, and there's all kinds of limestone in the soil, and I've found it's just a little teeny tiny shell in the corner. I haven't taken it
Yeah,
to the museum yet.
We actually
Um,
talked about that on here. It's too common. They won't take it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Our grandma used to take us over to the mortuary that was made out of the limestone and hit it with a hammer. Get us those fossils. Like while they're having services and shit, is my guess.
You're chipping off
And
stuff.
then we go out in the alley and she'd hit it with a hammer and break the building. True story. Didn't we save some of those rocks?
I have one at my house. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Was
We can do it. Don't worry, Mort was a Jew.
That's true.
Was this Grandma Dyer? Or
Well, so
yeah.
she was in LaGuardia, but she married Michael Dyer.
Yeah.
He's my grandfather. He's the one that did all those things with the children.
That's right.
Oh, okay. So he was like a sick fucker, and then the
Microphone
No?
fell.
He was a good man. You don't
Okay.
talk about my
I
granddad.
was. I'm sorry. I got the wrong impression. I apologize. Where's LaGuardia?
LaGuardia?
New York.
There's a bunch of
It's
wops.
the airport in New York.
Bunch of whoops. So you guys
a
Italian?
Somewhere along
Sure.
the line.
Oh, I love that. Italian humor is unlike anything. Did you ever hear about the
Mainly
arsonist
poop
guy?
humor.
And he would light. This is on Drunk History. He would light houses on fire for money from people who built them, insurance companies, and then he would stick around and just watch the fire. And he'd be like, "That's a fire, huh? That's a big fire, isn't it?" Just watch it.
That's weird.
Well, I feel like it's a unique brand of humor.
I don't like
That sounds
fire.
like a good
It's
man.
hot.
Give me fuel,
That's
give me
an
fire, give me
interesting
that which
That's
has
the fire you
need.
History Chicago. Or no, yeah, that was Drunk History Chicago.
I watched that like the first season a little bit, and then I was too drunk to watch it.
I like it because you can come back and not remember anything because you're getting drunk with it.
You've been trying to reset your password for 3 hours. You want me to do it for you?
You want me to reset your
I
password, dude?
I might have to break up with my Chinese
I
wife.
love it.
That's stupid.
That's unfortunate.
Did you guys saw something about Judi and Cliff?
Oh yeah, well, sort of.
Judi?
She was just.
I got not before the fucking song.
Shut your fucking face.
By the way, in case I don't get to say
Fucking
it,
Cliff
your grandma
Notes.
and your grandpa.
Same ass.
They're good. Bless you,
Fucking
grandma.
Cliff Notes.
They're good people.
Fucking Cliff
Bless
Notes.
their hearts.
Same ass.
Fucking Cliff Notes.
Same as fuck the Broncos.
Why would you do that?
Why would
They only lost by 2 points. Fuck your Broncos. They're stupid as same as fuck. He was cussing at her up a storm.
Oh, the
It was
Judi?
Yeah, she came
Oh,
in.
shit.
And she was like, what about those Broncos? And he got lit. What do you mean about it? He said it 6 times as loud as he could. What do you mean about your Broncos? What do you mean about your Broncos? And she's like, what? She was so confused that this giant man was yelling at her. And then she pulled me aside and was like, why is he so mad about the Broncos? I'm not going to argue with a crazy person. That was it.
Poor Judi.
No, fuck that
Judy.
crazy bitch.
Well,
She's gross, too.
yeah, I get it. But
Ew. Have you met Judy?
yeah, but he's a Raiders fan. I can't side on him.
No, have you met Judy? Not
You know what I
Cliff.
mean?
Ew.
Yeah.
You talking
Met
about
Judy?
Yeah, I think I have.
White
Jew
car?
Judy?
Oh, no. I've met the older one that
Oh,
shits
she's
everywhere.
gross. Yeah, she's similar, but I'd rather deal with her shit than the other Judy.
Oh.
This Judy's with an I, the other one's with a Y.
I haven't met the
Oh.
Judi with the eye.
Judy with an eye.
It's weird.
I think they both do eyes, actually.
Really? Why they're 90?
I
I didn't know that was a thing back then.
Right?
That's my least
They
favorite
put
thing
little
in the
hearts
world.
on the
Like
title over the
KYN.
eye.
I hate it when people are like, my name is
Judy.
Sarah with 6 H's and 1 W. You better spell it right.
Sarah.
It's like, nope.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be different.
Spell like
It's just a
Crystal.
name.
It's just so you can-
K-R-I-S-T-E-L.
It's just so you can look up your name easier in Google.
I guess.
Oh.
But you can't get a fucking
Branding for your
You can't get a
kids.
keychain at a bus stop or a
Right.
truck
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
My mom had a
Probably
theory
save money that way.
with us kids. She was like, I'm going to name one really exotic like me. And then that didn't really work out because a lot of teachers, she said, judged me in school. And then she named my little sister after a Bible name, Gabrielle.
Sodom. Oh, I was gonna say Sodom and Gomorrah.
You know
was
my
like,
you know my
I
daughter's
want to
name?
get dogs and name.
Your daughter what?
Sounds awesome.
You know my daughter's name?
What is it?
Hamster tits.
That's really creative.
When she
Is
gets
it-
older,
Is it because she looks like hamster tits?
She
Or
looks like a
sounds
hamster.
like them.
when she gets
or-
older, it'll be just regular tits.
Hey,
Aw,
Yeah, because they grew. You get it?
that's true.
Yeah.
Now they're hamsters' tits.
It's very observant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. You did
She went
good.
trick or treating, huh?
trick or treating. Yeah.
Already?
See you
I
again.
thought that was happening Thursday.
Well, it was my neighborhood had like a little. All the kids came out and
A
Community.
drug-free Halloween trick-or-treat.
something dumb like that.
My brother was on acid. What are you talking about?
And she went around and she said, she just the whole time she's running with a pumpkin going trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat. And that's what it was like. And then I took all the candy away from her. because it wasn't
saving
vegan.
Yeah, I was gonna
this
say she
later.
probably didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
Would you?
Is there vegan
Don't show his
candy?
daughter on
Yeah.
there. That's rude.
Yeah, it's my daughter.
Oh, really? Well, it didn't like really.
Did
What's
you
not
ask
vegan?
Permission.
So what?
Oh,
did
okay.
everything?
Caramel, chocolate,
Lots of candies aren't vegan, but a lot more than you would think
milk
are
chocolate.
naturally.
You know what would be interesting?
Licorice
if you,
is
like,
vegan.
Took every candy
Depends,
and kind
but
of
yeah.
broke it down for it. How old is she?
She's 2.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe in a couple years. I was gonna say she would probably be able to memorize that stuff. Kids these days are crazy. You could be like, well, Hershey's bar. Okay, that comes from slave labor here and here, and it's also made out of this and this, and those are bad for you
cow.
for these reasons. I think she would like absorb it like a sponge,
Yeah.
and then
And
spread it
she'd be
amongst
the worst
her.
friend in the world.
I was gonna say.
I know.
I was
Well,
gonna
she's
say
already-
she'd be a downer at parties.
It's
Don't
already
eat
going to
that.
be everywhere she goes. I'm going to be like going there before thinking my kid ain't allowed to eat this, this, and this. Thing. Yeah.
I've
punch their dad in the
babysat
face.
plenty of kids who are like that, so I hope you don't feel like you're alone in the world.
Oh,
I don't
know.
think you're-
I'll be
They're
bringing
great.
her. I'll be bringing her own
I think
cake
you'll be-
everywhere. And
Yeah.
Cute.
I know.
Well, and then she'll be like me and she'll just crave healthy foods all the time. Not saying I look awesome. Like I said, I have really high metabolism, so I would buy some of your fat. Honestly, to keep warm in the winter.
I'll
I'm not
take
even
the candy.
kidding. I'm cold all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
Do you
take
see
that,
me? I'm
fatty.
wearing this and this. Okay, I'm skinny and I'm cold all the time. I shiver.
I know,
So
same.
I
We're
want
cold
to
from
buy some
bad
fat
heart.
yeah.
Ours don't
I
pump so good.
for the nuclear winter.
Do
Just
some
pile it
push-ups.
on my back.
All right. Give me a lighter. I got to melt the fat off.
Just gonna say,
Then watch
how
out,
much
he's
do
gonna
you
shit all over the
want?
place after.
Yeah. Maybe I'll be able to go poo poo soon.
Yeah, melt off some of that fat.
Good.
No, but my mom, she would never stock like candy stuff in the fridge or anywhere. She would always have healthy foods, and I hated her growing up because like, can't I have Lunchables like my friends? You know, blah blah blah. But you know,
I
I,
didn't
had
eat
to eat
anything
it.
healthy until I
so
was in my 20s, probably.
Yeah.
there you go. Now you're gonna raise your kid with an instinct.
Not me.
I like
I
healthy
won't have
meals
one.
instinctively.
Hey, Sabado, you got any
I'll-
porn to read
He
us?
doesn't. He won't do it.
Oh, pornography? Fuck yeah, man.
One. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got some hot fucking juicy.
of course he does.
For
Oh,
Mark,
I didn't make a
sweaty
song.
steak.
I forgot about this.
Oh,
yeah.
Love note box.
The love note
I'm sorry.
box.
Yeah.
The
I
love
totally
note.
didn't forget about that.
The love
sure
note. The love note box.
We should have made a.
We have to do it like Love Boat.
Is
You gotta
there-
make sure
is
that it
there
wasn't one
juicy
read
stuff
before.
in there? 'Cause I picked up a couple arguments like straight
Yeah, it
out
was
the
really
box.
Yeah, I
in
know.
the
I was
spirit.
like, that had to have been.
We
We
gotta
must
make the
open up the
song-
other side of the box. That's
Nothing
where
is
the end of the
random,
relationship.
you know? Right.
This one is Heath. Hola, mi amor.
Oh yes.
Or perhaps I should say, buenos noches. Because this is, after all, my bedtime note to you.
Ooh.
I'll be brief, darling,
Ooh.
because I know that you're waiting
You didn't
for
take
me.
out the trash.
Yep.
That's what it'd be if you're 30.
Here, it's going to come sexier coming from a... man, it passes over to Amanda. You
Oh.
read this.
Amanda, can you
Nope.
please read the note?
Nope,
Yeah,
nope,
because
nope.
I'll read the
I'm a
note.
dude.
I'll read it as a lady.
All right. Read it as a lady.
Ahem. Heath. Hola, mi amor. Or perhaps I should say, buenos noches.
Yeah, you are Spanish. You're
Yeah.
probably fit to read that type of shit.
That was the only word he knew.
Because this is, this is solid. Because this is, after all, my bedtime note to you. I will be brief. What? Oh. I will be brief, darling, because I know that you are waiting for me at the computer as I write this. I just wanted you to know that I love you so much.
At the computer.
And
Yeah,
such...
why didn't she send
That
an email,
confuses me,
bitch?
right?
Yeah,
Is that
just
something
type this
there?
out. What the fuck?
I like a nice
Her handwriting's
note.
nice, though.
Yeah.
It is nice.
It's
I
making
just
me
want you to
hard.
know that I love you so much in such immeasurable amounts
Dude, she sounds like a bore.
that I can barely contain it sometimes. I'm sorry if sometimes I am edgy and it seems like
No.
every word is like a knife aimed at your heart.
But
But they
this bitch is
Wait,
nuts.
dot, but they are not.
But they are not.
I love you so much.
I deny.
that I would
your
never wish you
reality.
harm because the pain you feel, I feel too. Oh wait, I
That's
feel
abusive.
too because there's a comma in between.
This
feeling.
is too mature of a note.
Oh, okay.
This is stupid. All right. I hope you have a wonderful night, a peaceful night's sleep, and awaken refreshed ready to face the many trials, perils, choices, and
What are
hardships
they in law school? What the fuck is this?
that life throws at you with a clear head, a confident step, and above all, a smile. I was waiting for that sentence to fucking end. Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, my love notes, it would have been like,
I want to come.
no,
Wait, who's
I'd be like,
he?
God, if I was the girl, I want to
Catch
slurp
me
your
up in
fucking
that.
jizz up off your cock. That's my kind of note.
Yeah, it's a good note.
Not like I hope you have a wonderful
It's
day.
almost over.
Like,
He finds stuff. I don't know.
There is
He's-
no image that brings me more harmony than you asleep. And there is no desire stronger.
She's a
than to-
murderer.
it's creepy.
and there's no desire stronger than to join you every night for the rest of our lives. I love you very much. Angie.
Fucking Angie. Actually, I've got a love note from my grandfather and
That's
my
so
grandmother right
Latin,
here.
though.
Yes,
It really is.
Excellent.
That's so good.
Dear Mary, I want to eat your pussy with a fork and a knife.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Make sure you don't get them mixed
not
up
even a-
so we don't read.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That would
It was
have
more
hearts
like,
on
I
it,
want
though.
to
Yeah,
crack you
don't mix them
pussy
in with
like
that.
a crab
Right.
shell.
I get the nutcracker, squeeze off your clitoris until it squirt juice on my.
I felt bad
Oyster.
reading that.
It's a bit much.
That's weird, huh?
But
That's
she
so
sucked.
personal.
You know.
If I got that note, if I was on the other side of the note, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
you
what
wouldn't.
the fuck is happening?
You wouldn't
here?
have your dick in your hand. That's for
You
sure.
wouldn't-
Definitely not have my dick in
You
my
wouldn't
hand.
feel
She
turned
was
on.
very rude.
She was very rude.
Here's the last note I wrote my wife was like, you make some coffee before you go to work.
Yep.
The donuts are stale, but I
With
didn't
your
throw 'em
tits!
out. Ah, nice. With your tits.
That looks like your handwriting.
Have you
creep.
ever cleaned the washing machine?
Well,
no
that's good.
Pants.
Yeah, we have to make a
That's
the love note.
Like a jingle.
Yeah, I don't have a jingle for that yet.
The love note, but make it like the love boat, and just say the love
Yeah.
note.
I don't know
No,
how that goes.
Yeah.
So.
I might
Right?
do that.
yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
I know.
Good. Good thing you read that for everybody. Good for you.
We'll save this
Was it
one for
good?
next
That was
week.
good, huh?
Yeah, it's from Heath to Angie.
See, I picked up
Ooh.
like 3 notes. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to see a Heath.
Oh, bro, are you shitting
Yeah,
me?
because I've only.
Yes, dude. We got a photo of Heath.
Get it.
Yes.
Let's see.
This is Heath.
Is he a winner? Where are we at?
He's a Blackhawks fan.
I don't know what.
He's
Oh,
a
there's no
child.
date on it.
He's a child.
Yeah, he's wearing a.
Are those Oakley
What
blades?
is that in the background?
Has he got a FUBU jersey on?
We should track this guy down. What's that in the background? There's a sign. I can't read it.
It's Chiefs. He's such a child.
Where'd you find this shit at?
Heath watching?
I bought this and like 6 boxes of baseball cards to put in all of my shipping boxes when I send packages, and like some other nonsense from a homeless guy for 2 smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Senor Brewer. Oh, we got his last name. Heath
I can't
Brewer.
decide
Look
if
him up.
that's a clever or a creepy exchange.
I can't read that.
I think it's clever.
It says like stopwitch or something.
Heath
But it looks
Brewer?
like a hot dog.
His last
to me.
name's Brewer. Look him up.
Oh,
looking
sweet.
him.
Look at we're fucking detectives over
Here,
here.
let's put the picture
It
up
is
there.
not hard.
If anybody,
No, you
if
put it
anybody
these
knows
days.
Heath out there,
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, I want to know
Yeah.
the story.
No.
Heathy number 30
yeah.
standing by a tree.
We're looking for Heath.
next to
We're
a blue
looking for
car.
Heath,
What
number
is
Some
30.
that?
questions
From
about
the
Angie.
Chicago
I don't know.
Blackhawks.
Is that the same looking guy right here?
Let me see.
No, he's got like
Dude, maybe.
that buck tooth thing going on. He's like,
So this was from like 22 years ago, right? 97?
oh,
It has
hell
to be.
no, that hair is way too light.
I want to
Look
know
how
the
cute
story.
that dog is.
Whose hair is too light? His?
Yeah, that's him.
That's
The
22.
comparison.
Girl, that's 22 years difference.
Oh, that's true. Because
Yeah,
look
that
at that
wouldn't have
car.
been that guy. He's not
Oh,
too
that's
healthy.
a '94
Yeah.
Honda
I've been watching that
Yeah.
that Rangeview
Oh,
alumni.
it's
No,
not
that's
that
a
old.
Toyota Camry. Actually,
But was that a back and forth note?
There's a PPS. You know, like PS and the PPS.
Yes.
Yes.
It says, you were
I
right
think he's
today
in front
about
of
it
a
being
stop
beautiful.
shack.
Let's have our wedding in September 2006.
I can't imagine, like,
So maybe it was 10 years before. I don't
if
know.
these were like my notes on some random other podcast.
That'd be so. I know. That's why I felt.
I gotta find
When
mine.
I was reading it halfway through, I was like, can't imagine if someone was reading one of my notes.
Right.
Mine are all
Oh,
dumb.
yeah.
You were such a bitch in second hour.
Yeah.
That's what mine would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's read some more of these later on.
creep.
today.
Let's meet up at the stop sack.
No,
Is that what it says? What does it say?
Toy Shack.
That's a good segment.
thing.
Toy
Yeah,
Shack.
I like reading the note. You give it to me, I'll read the note.
Let's
Yeah.
play some like
I like
beautiful
how
music in the
romantic
background.
they are.
Brewer.
Stop.
Yeah, Heath Brewer.
Chivalry is not dead. It's
Stop
just
back.
buried
He's
in a
gonna
cave.
screw her.
It's
That's a
easier
good
to
year.
write to read a love note than a rap.
Yeah.
Lips
Do we got
donkey
any
raps are
emails?
Or wrap the love note.
Could we read an
Yeah.
email from like 2005?
You
This
had
guy.
it?
Oh, that's right. We lost all of our emails.
We weren't around in 2005, dude.
I mean, 2015. My bad.
05, huh?
We would have been
Alright.
ahead of the times with
I
our
didn't start-
podcasts.
I didn't start podcast until 2008.
Yeah.
The
That's 2
technology
years.
wasn't very good.
2 years after I got the fever, man. The fever.
That's the year I went to rehab.
Oh, fun.
Cool.
Sweet.
Podcast rehab.
Was it in Colorado or
It was in Parker Valley Hope.
where's that?
In
How
Parker.
long
in,
did you
oh,
stay
in
in
Colorado. Okay, sorry.
How long did you stay in?
37 days.
Was it like
Yep.
voluntary? No, that's good.
I was stoked to go. I was ready to go.
Good.
And,
You
I
have
was
to be.
pissed that it took that long to get there because
Yeah.
I was really digging in to that pit, that bottomless pit of rock bottom and a shovel.
I don't know if I would ever. I don't think I've ever needed rehab.
I never knew how
But-
to like cope with anything.
That's what
before
an
rehab.
addict says too, though.
I just cope with
Oh,
weed.
yeah.
you don't
Adrenaline
need it.
junkies, they just go. I gotta race this boat. I gotta drink this 6-pack. I gotta drink this. Yeah. There's not time to think.
I started really
It's
young too,
crazy.
so I practiced. I
Racers.
practiced real hard.
What did you say? Drag boat or boat dragging?
Drag boat.
Because I don't know.
Boat dragging.
Motorboating?
Was there a lot
Hey,
of
y'all
mist
want
in
to go
there?
to a boat drag boat race?
Was there a lot of mist in there when they were racing?
Drag boat.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, y'all want to sink a
Is
boat?
that what you did this weekend?
Want to sink a boat?
no, that's what my parents used
Yeah,
to do.
sink a boat.
Let's sink a boat. How would
Sink
you?
a boat.
How would you sink a boat?
That's how they met.
Gotcha.
I put a banana in the tailpipe.
Drag boat race.
A lot of motorsports in my youth.
Really?
And
That's crazy.
dirt bikes. Like you imagine growing up in Reno.
That's a lot of broken bones too.
I hate the
Not
smell of
It's a
gas.
lot of
to
desert.
do. Not a lot of things to do.
No.
I hate
Yeah.
the smell of gas, so I would have hated that.
What an
And
ominous.
that's usually like alcohol or other kinds of gas too. That's probably way worse. Like those
Nitro
top
and stuff.
fuel and shit.
Yeah. That'll burn
Icky.
your eyes, but it's pretty.
Well,
I like it. I
at
like the smell
least
of
you
it.
were like kind of closer.
I like the smell of gas. I like the smell of all that stuff.
like
You
that
do?
shit.
Really? I don't. I only
me a
like
headache.
gassy ass weed. That's the only time I like to smell gas.
Just
Is in
because
my
I grew up around it.
weed.
You know?
Right. I really like ski wax for
Yeah.
that same reason, like burning ski wax.
Didn't you used to
Taste it
chew
and-
on ski wax?
Sex wax.
Sex wax.
Oh, how
Well,
did that
ski
make
wax,
you feel?
basically.
Well,
It
they
was
call-
just
it's-
it was
isn't it
like
sex wax?
surfboard wax.
That's
It's called
good.
sex wax.
Oh.
I don't know. People would just chew on it because it tasted like candy.
It smells
Wow.
really good
I
when you
was
melt
nine.
it.
I remember
so-
that. I remember you to go to the
It
mall
tasted
to
like
buy it.
candy.
Well, it was like flavored or something. I don't know. People just I don't know what the fuck it was. I was 9. People would
like-
chew on sex wax.
Chewing on
It was
honey
really
wax.
weird.
Do you
I
remember
remember-
those big wax lips that
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably where y'all got
yucky?
it. That's funny.
I would be stoked over them.
Me too. I used to fucking
Mary,
chew
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
put
out
on
of
Yeah.
my wax lips and I'm gonna go down in between your legs and I'm gonna chew on you until my jaw falls off.
Love.
I love
That's
it.
our other grandfather.
That's his other grandfather.
Yep.
George.
He was horny too.
A long lineage of carpet munchers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's like a dental dam.
They didn't have
He
that
didn't
back
care.
I'm,
I want to get tonsillitis.
I make him come through the dental dam. I don't care.
then. That's my boy. That's my boy. I'm behind him
That's
going.
what I do.
Good job down there.
I bet you.
I'm gonna melt that on you.
Yeah.
I'm a dental dam official. They were
What do you-
big in the 90s.
Do you get it and
When I was
slam
13.
it on the counter when you're buying it? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
About to go fucking lick some pussy,
Don't
bro.
you just
Gonna go
make
lick
it
some
out of-
puss all night, bro.
Is that what
Like
it's for?
saran
I
wrap?
honestly have never
I think that's what it is.
ever.
Right?
Well, there's for
No.
dental work.
I've never seen it.
But
Oh, is that what it
the
is?
all it is a
It's
rubber sheet that
minty.
you stick over the
Oh.
puss and you lick it.
You stick it over the pussy?
And then you
Isn't
lick
that,
it.
Isn't that a little thick? Use
No,
saran
it's real
wrap.
thin, man. It's real thin.
Oh.
I've never
I
seen
mean,
it in
I've
person.
It's like the thinness of a latex glove, basically.
So is that
It's like a condom.
a good way to
sort of.
prevent STDs? or-
That's what they used to say in the 90s.
Oh my
is use a
God.
dental dam if you're
Well,
gonna.
it's probably
fucking-
smart. Now
What if
everybody
you
has
flip it over
HPV
in the
throat.
midst of in the
I
throes?
know. There's so many things that can go wrong.
Is
Like,
it
I feel
minty?
like you should like duct tape it on there so it doesn't fall off.
Yeah, and you
You
can
know?
wax her
Or
at the
something.
same time.
Yeah.
You can wax her
Like-
when you're done.
You know.
Sounds so hazardous. I wonder how many people just
Maybe
like.
maybe painter's tape if she's really hairy because it won't
Yeah.
stick as bad. You know. Painter's tape.
All you do is
It's really
leave a
considerate.
residue.
That's nice of you.
I grew up in the 80s, so what we would do was vinegar and baking soda.
make volcanoes. It was a science experiment. That's how they taught us in science class. He had his wife come in.
Yeah. I brought.
She spread her legs. Our science teacher.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what a volcano look like.
Oh, Salvador's back. Get serious again.
For real.
Yeah.
I've been sober for 2 years.
So,
Oh yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh shit, man.
That's why he left. He got nervous. He got nervous because we were getting too serious.
No, I had to
Did you
take a
just-
leak
Was that a
in
yawn?
the snow.
Okay, yeah, but I made it weird. Yeah.
Because he's half Maine, half cocaine. Half Maine, half cocaine. Y'all don't know that shit?
like hair,
Freddie Gibbs, dog.
Maine. I couldn't tell you any song I've ever listened to.
You're
who
way
wrote
more with it.
Yeah, I know, right?
And we need a pop culture segment.
It's Paul McCartney.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't have a porn segment because I haven't been jerking off lately.
Dee-doo-doo.
I just haven't had
that
time.
was your last bit of joy, and you stopped
Are
doing
you
it.
crazy?
Well, it was because I was on vacation. I did nothing but jerk off for 2 weeks or a week or whatever. You know what I mean?
New
And
hotel
then-
rooms.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
hotel
what we're
rooms,
talking
they're
about.
just great for jerking off, man. It's like
true.
They're all
I love
fresh.
the first thing I love going into a hotel room, throwing it, and then just getting naked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything.
That's the first thing
You
I
don't know
do.
how fresh they are, but
It's so great.
It has the illusion of freshness.
Right.
Why the lady still standing there with your bags?
I haven't been it.
I'll pay you $10 more to stay.
See, I've got this conundrum because these antidepressants, like I
Yeah.
don't want to die anymore,
Uh-huh.
but I can't ejaculate at all.
Oh.
Like I cannot come to orgasm.
You'll work
And I
through
mean,
it.
I've got no interest in anything like that. But then I've
Dude, you can win a Come Hero.
I know,
Or
but
Cock Hero.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I mean, but it's like it's like I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this. It's gonna come, and then I just 45 minutes later, with my daughter pounding on the door, Dada, Dada, and I'm trick or treat, and I finally give up. Yeah, come on, honey.
Oh man,
Is
that's
that
weird.
something they discussed before?
No, and then I
That's
looked it
common.
up, and they're like, "Hey, your dick's gonna fall off after."
Oh.
Yeah, but
What is
I don't.
it?
It's Zoloft.
Oh.
And I'm glad that I'm not ruining my marriage and really sad anymore. But I want to not have stuff in my balls.
Do you eat spicy food or believe in acupuncture or whatever?
What's
yeah,
that?
free the semen,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe if I put
Abandoned
something.
ship.
I'm thinking maybe if I put something in my butt.
That was so elegant. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you can
your
milk your fucking
prostate.
prostate.
Yeah.
Dude.
real.
Yeah, dude. I know all about that. I'm an
I used
expert.
to
Mark
when
will
I
help you.
when I had prostate
Your
trouble at
wife do
the
that?
when I lived with Patrick, I just put a condom on that cat's tail.
That's a weird tale now.
I never thought
It's
about
a,
that.
yeah, it's all
but
kinked up.
Now that I consider
Jamming in
it,
there.
it's pretty logical. If you have the
Just get one of them dildos you stick to the
Dedication.
door.
yeah.
Oh.
Just back into it
Yeah,
until you
back
come.
in.
I
Well-
need your gay roommate's enema.
Yeah,
Yeah.
machine.
That's exactly.
Just go to Walgreens,
That's
dude.
exactly what I'm.
Is this your gay
what I'm
roommate?
saying.
Yeah, I'm a fag roommate.
Yeah,
Don't
but
I'm a
you guys
sorry
get your
gay
enemas
guy.
at Walgreens? I mean,
I've never needed one.
Well, this is a special like dildo enema. It was like
just kidding.
purple.
That's pretty neat.
Water play.
It actually, I
That's
was
great.
actually pretty impressed, but
That's
I
pretty
was like
cool.
offended it was on my same shower head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
But
you
you
know
still-
where
But
that's been.
I was
So you
still
should-
like, I'm glad that you're not bringing whatever you.
AIDS and home in your butt.
But then you have to like sanitize the shower.
what is he cleaning
Yeah.
out of there? Not
So-
disease.
Did you ever
You
try
always
it?
gotta
That's when you're
wipe down
going-
the shower wall.
Did you ever use it?
No,
No.
no,
Just
Y-
spit
yeah.
on it and wipe it off.
No, I would,
no.
yeah. If that's,
I don't mix.
See,
I don't
know.
even mix mascara wands. I wouldn't
If I had something like
ever
that,
mix. That's why I don't have threesomes.
I wouldn't
can't
leave it in there
Do it.
for the other person if I had a
That's
roommate.
rude.
That is rude.
Just I know, right?
You can't
That's
forget
totally
about
I
that.
was, and he didn't even really say it about, didn't warn
Hey,
me. Like,
before you
hey,
get-
have
when
my
you get
ass
home.
cleaner.
Dude,
in
all of
your
a sudden you
shower.
have pink eye for like 2 weeks straight or something like that. You don't know what the fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's
not
actually
lying.
you can go to court. You can take people to court for things like that.
That'd
Yeah,
probably
man.
be a hard thing to say. Hey, I forgot something in the shower.
Well, no, he did tell me later. He was like, "Oh yeah, don't you think that's cool? Gay guys are like that." He's like, "That's my little
That's their way of
thing. That's how I
diffusing
think it." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." But when are
Put it
you
away.
moving out?
Yeah, put it away.
Next week or actually I went to the sex store the next day and I was like, what can I
How can I burn my house down?
sanitize this whole thing with?
Burn my house
And
down.
they said they were out of the cleaner that I needed, so I
could
just
just
used
use
bleach,
bleach.
ammonia, and
Don't
No.
mix bleach
hydrogen
and ammonia.
peroxide. I know, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Ah!
That's how you get toxic gas.
That's mustard
It's a
gas.
good hide.
pretty
People.
That's pretty good.
That's the good.
You got me.
Hydrogen
I would have tried it. I was gonna go clean my dildos
Okay,
tonight.
people don't do that.
It's like,
All of a sudden, I'm a dead guy.
Vinegar is actually a really good disinfectant. You
Yeah.
use it to
God damn, I
disinfect the
drank
toilet,
bleach
so-
one time, man, like
No,
a
you-
fucking idiot, and I was just, dude, I couldn't
Out of
see
booze.
dick, so I'm just like in the fucking bathroom, just making myself puke and everything, and
You couldn't see it.
Like-
It made you
Oh,
blind.
I'm just like, yeah, because your eyes just go all fucking watery, and like finally I like clear it. Very fine, detailed print. It says if ingested, do not induce fucking vomiting. That should be right below the label.
Oh.
Clorox. Don't puke if you fucking had this
I
shit in
didn't
you.
know that.
Because I guess it like double burns you.
Really? Oh,
That's
because it
what-
goes up.
Yeah.
He used to have a full head of
Yeah,
hair
they-
before that.
You gotta
Yeah,
neutralize
yeah,
it in your stomach
Okay.
and then poop it out.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah, love's a fucked up thing, man. Accidentally, I was going to cut my throat one time, and fucking Tanya, she grabbed, she's like, no! Fucking cut off her thumb and shit.
You got the same.
Wow, dude.
love.
Oh,
She's like, you
damn.
owe me a
Yeah,
thumb.
love's fucked up thing. When you're talking about jumping out of a car,
I was gonna say he's
I,
the same.
I went to
wants-
jump
he's
out of
trying
the
to cut his
car,
throat.
I-25, right before 84th Avenue, and Tanya just rips on the fucking brakes, and I get the fuck out. And then I'm like, god damn it, now what? So I had to walk
You
along
were
the
in the middle
highway.
of the median.
Yeah, man.
That's a little comical.
Yeah, I've been there.
Actually.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
I
Tanya.
had an ex, Jesse. Oh my gosh, did you ever meet him? No, he's
Jesse's
old school.
girl.
With
Jesse
an
from
E?
Typecast?
Like Jesse.
No, but they
Oh.
were friends.
Oh, okay.
But he jumped out
Yeah.
on I-25.
Word.
So
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know why everybody
I
thinks
didn't
What the
about
fuck
that.
do people jump
I
from
didn't really.
cars?
I don't
we
care
were
how
close.
mad I
It
am.
was a
I'll
bad-
sit
It must have been that
comfortably
movie
were fighting.
Speed.
Yeah.
We were fighting.
Remember
yeah.
that movie?
It was-
Keanu Reeves.
unless somebody's stabbing me or something.
I was
I'm
like
staying in
20.
the car.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
20 and
Air
hammered
conditioning.
driving is terrible.
Oh my
Tunes.
god. So
Yeah,
what'd
mine-
you do? You stop?
I
slowed
don't
down?
remember really. It was just
double back.
That was like the height of the experience was him leaving the car, and then I mean,
Jesus
Yeah.
it was
Christ.
years ago,
Trying
17
on
years
some
ago.
crazy shit.
I think the reason I don't do stuff like that is because I
Blackout.
don't have like a lot of feelings.
Yeah, right?
Hard for me to
I-
do things.
I hear
No,
you.
I'm with him.
Make me
That's
seem
like,
I
everyone
care
was all
about
mad
stuff.
at.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
No.
I'll slam the shit out of a door.
Really?
Yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Take that.
Oh, God.
I like that though. A
That's
good
very
door
good.
slam really adds emphasis.
Yes.
I've never. Well, I used to be dramatic when I
I
was a
think
kid.
you would feel more feelings
Loud
if you
noises
ate
freak me
spicy
out.
food.
Yeah.
I eat spicy food.
Really, like
I love
habanero,
spicy
like
food.
have a spiritual experience.
hate-
Spicy food, or like
What's
I don't
spiritual
know.
about hot?
Spice everything up.
you,
hot
you
enough.
haven't had stuff that's so hot you like see double.
No, I like
Yeah.
the taste of food. I don't
That's
like
what I
that.
gotta
Never?
do. I bet you I could come if I put a jalapeno seed in my dick hole.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It's
It's
a
like-
natural. It has this stuff inside it called capsaicin. That's
Yep.
it, and it's like a natural
Jizzer. Makes you
analgesic.
jizz.
It's an It's an analgesic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
man.
Jesus.
Anal
I think so.
Jesus.
No,
So
that's
basically,
not the
just
right
press
word.
all the
Is
oil
that-
out of the
No,
seeds
that
and rub it
means
on your
numbs
dick.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what is it?
Capsaicin is like it's a heat, or it's like a
It's an Earl.
it's a chemical that's
Yeah.
hot.
Oh, it helps like stinging
what-
or something. I know because they used it in Orange Is Not Black. They chewed
Oh.
up the jalapeno, spit it out because they didn't have something. Man, that
probably
was the
numb
first
ya.
season. Yeah,
But it
numb,
probably
it would
burns
numb you,
before.
Oh,
exactly.
sure, yeah,
it burns.
it
So
burns
you
from
chew it up and you
the
spit it out and you rub it on like your
I gave up on that
gunshot
show
wound.
and like I gave up on that show like the first season.
Man, I'll tell you what, it got
That one chick
really,
fucked
really,
too much
really
for me.
I never
good.
watched it. I watched
really
like
good.
an episode here and there, but I never got
Talking about
Never
Cheers.
got into it.
No, they have the
I still
whole
haven't
season
seen
out. It's
Talking about
definitely worth
I'm
finishing.
a binger.
Yeah, it's
I
a good.
just-
It's
Yeah,
a really
we know
good
that.
binge. If you're into stuff like if you're into like kind of just seeing injustices, and if you're interested in
Nope.
kind of the court system or whatever, yeah,
I hate it.
I'm fascinated with that kind of stuff.
It's
so
fascinating, but it's fucked up. That's
do
what it is.
internships in the court with
Anybody
video
get
cameras.
Fucked with a plunger?
I have a really good plan.
Hey, you don't have to get one of those
I saw a
dildos.
German
Sure.
lady take a toilet bowl brush up the
up the hoo-ha.
the vagina.
Really?
What
The brush
She
part
really liked
first.
The brush part?
The brush part.
Oh,
And what?
Her
man.
vagina.
What the fuck?
You saw that?
Intriguing.
Shirt.
I wonder
Before
if
she
it-
put the blue toilet bowl cleaner.
No, it was a dude doing it to her. She didn't even have control.
Oh.
So
Oh.
she
She's like,
liked it,
listen,
though.
baby, this
Did
is
she?
gonna be hot.
What the fuck?
She was speaking in German.
People are weird.
Did she like
Dude.
it?
She did like it. Yeah,
There's some weird
she liked
fucking
it a lot.
See,
German
that
like-
porn.
force you to have feelings.
She probably got paid really well. Maybe I don't know. It
Start
was a
doing
toilet
weird
bowl.
stuff
Did
with,
she bleed?
with dildos.
No,
Oh.
The
I mean,
saying goes,
they probably
anything's
practiced.
a dildo.
Dude, there's a clip. I wonder if we could play it on the show of
Nope.
this German woman talking to this German dude, all in, like
In
German. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, you're a sick fucking chicken fucker," and he's like, "Yeah, I love this chicken." And you just hear this chicken in the background. He's like, "Bark, bark, 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 bark,
Oh,
bark."
I've heard of that.
And then he's
It's
like,
terrible. And then it
And-
died.
yeah, and then you snap you in its neck when like you're coming and shit. Because it
Okay.
like
Healthy.
seizes up, you know.
Okay.
That's real healthy.
You know.
People
Wow,
get
is
off-
I
that
need
customary?
another bubble
People
water.
get
That's
off-
why
I
I always.
It's cleaning up.
That's why I go with
You don't want
diabetic
that
girls
chicken
and I take
talking
away
about
their
it.
insulin.
Yeah.
Mike, the headless chicken.
Oh yeah.
Didn't
was a nice
lived
boy.
for years.
Yeah.
Years and years.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
That was an old
Don't they?
They-
throwback website.
Oh.
That was the
Headless
website.
chicken.
Oh word.
He had a website. I mean, he was a headless chicken that
Okay.
lived.
Is it true that like
Yeah.
KFC would raise
Alright.
their chickens with no heads and just feeding tubes down their gullets?
Probably.
No, but they definitely had lots of legs and wings.
Yeah, I know.
Each chicken.
Right.
Well,
Fuck, dude.
the more, the better.
I heard there's no eyes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they're making chickens with no eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all them proteins is going to them muscles.
God damn it, dude! Just like eating these like fucking, goddamn fucking bullshits is I don't
Meat
know, man.
animals, you mean?
Yeah.
Genetically-
Now like if there was like a cow and he was suicidal and somebody sniped him while he's like drinking water from a river.
Mm.
Yeah, all right. But fucking animals that have got to go through like I was telling you this the other day. Like. Oh my God, we're fucking, we're going to slaughter, man.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
Vinny. Oh shit, now Vinny's dead. Holy fuck, look
Yeah,
at
we
Frank.
went
And so
to
like
the Italian
all
restaurant,
that
we got
shit
sliders
just seeps
and
into the
he
fucking
wouldn't
body,
eat
and then
the-
people get like
eat the meat.
social
You
anxiety
eat that,
disorders and
yes.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
No.
I ate it because, like I said, I have to buy fat off of people to stay warm. And
Like
Right.
milk, the babies are taking. These cows
Jesus
are kept pregnant
Christ.
as long as they can handle
Right.
it until they can't.
Right,
like
I know, man.
pus or
Oh,
something.
And
I-
they're just babies are taken from them, and they're just lactating
I
from
know.
humans. I think it's ridiculous.
It's insane. It's milk's fucking the most gross shit out there. Who the
It's
fuck?
like the biggest scam on people.
I
And
know.
it's meant to grow a cow like 400 pounds in a month.
Right, exactly.
Your heart
exactly.
is huge.
We're gonna
for
drink this other
reason.
species fucking milk, just so we get fucking health problems.
And discourage moms from breastfeeding
And it's
their
it's
babies.
it's a fucking
That's what happened to
cesspool
me.
for cancer. It's a petri dish for cancer. It's like here, let's collect all this fucking disease in your body. Yeah. But goddamn, I'm kind of a chegan.
What happened to you?
I don't know why I wasn't breastfed, but I got formula. But that was a big thing in the 80s.
It was a big thing. They would
the
send
80s,
they
yeah.
would
Right.
send moms beer and formula
Right.
so that they wouldn't breastfeed.
Oh,
And they send
really?
them the beer because it would help their milk come in,
Yeah.
but that'll dry you out. And they send you the fucking formula, which has all the sugar.
They'd send a beer?
Yes.
That's so weird.
Who would send it to him?
Fiddler Strange.
Beer companies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congrats on the baby day.
Yes. Have some beers.
Yeah. Here's a few cases on your friends over
The
here,
lore
Budweiser.
is this will
Interesting.
help, but no.
Yeah.
It drove sales.
You know,
so-
you look healthy enough, so
Oh, well, thank you.
you must have, adapted with your diet.
But-
He got some of that.
It's funny, when
That
I was in
milk later
Spain, I was
on.
like, I get car sick real
I had,
easy.
I had
and
soy formula
oh,
when I was a kid.
interesting.
Little baby.
Interesting.
I don't know what I had, but right as soon as I
Judi.
said I get car sick, Adam's like, "Were you breastfed?" And I was like, "Nope." He's like, "There it is."
There
Like,
it is.
Wait, who
That
said
seems
that?
weird because I have
Stop.
The guy
horrible.
he does
One
the
of the
podcast
locals.
with.
Oh.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I got titty milk.
That's what he said. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Them
but-
C's make me sick.
Do you know
was
breast
strange.
milk has cannabinoids in it?
Yeah.
Yes, so much so that this lady at a friend's work actually made them titty milk like brownies. So
Wow, that's fucking
She
interesting.
wrote a
yeah,
cookbook.
that's pretty. That means
How
that
much comes out
she
in
put
one
them
sitting?
in like the work office room and was like, "Here, everybody." It's
Yeah, that's so funny.
delicious."
Eating cow fucking titty milk is not foreign to us, but eating our own
Yeah, exactly.
women's
Is like repulsive.
is like repulsive.
Isn't that weird?
That is strange.
It's just that into like the
Well, just-
sexualization
yeah.
of breasts
I
makes
was gonna
it
say
so
it
it's
depends
like,
on
You
how
think so?
ugly her nipples
I
are.
think so. I think if you go back in time, there were wet nurses and a lot of like
They
a
should
lot
have
of,
dried
like,
off.
the help.
They
you
should
know,
have got a
would
mop.
breastfeed their
Sorry.
plantation owner babies and that
No,
sort
that's
of
crazy.
thing.
Imagine
yeah.
that though, having to breastfeed for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And not even your own kids.
That's what I
but
mean.
somebody
That's got to be
else's.
terrible.
Yeah.
Just
I
sore
did
ass
for
teats.
like two
Yeah.
solid years of that stuff.
Was it pretty lame or what?
It was madness.
I
Oh,
It was
bet.
okay.
incredible. I already had this super detached relationship to my own breasts. And then I had to feed these humans with it. It was like
Interesting.
it was intense.
Yeah.
I felt
can
like I got a
imagine.
psychic connection with my children when they were latched on, depending on the setting.
Well, it's
That's
the
interesting,
green,
yeah.
the heart chakra area. It's like the most powerful chakra there is.
I feel like
That's
they're
why
all
it's
equally-
green, because leaves are green.
Veneral nerve runs under the heart, all that.
Yep.
When I
Matt's
worked at the
talking
strip
shit.
club. When I worked at the strip club, there was this chick that could fucking squirt titty milk.
Nice.
And I'd always feel like, because like I was the car dealer and shit. I'd be like, oh yeah, that dude Dave, he loves this little squirt of fucking tit milk. So she'd always like go and dance for him and like squirt him in the face, and he'd be like, and we'd be outside smoking. He'd be like, bro, that chick is psycho. Like I don't know why the fuck she keeps on squirting titty milk in my face, man.
That's pretty sweet.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
You have the craziest
What a
stories, Paul.
friend.
Did you tell these guys about how you ripped out your gold tooth?
No,
and gave
no,
it to
no,
people
no,
to
no.
pay
We're
off
good.
your
We're
debt?
good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Well, you're
The
a
following
gangster.
story is fictional. It doesn't depict any actual person or event.
fuck.
I
Yeah,
didn't
That
this
means
discuss
it
was
these
happened.
we made it
advised.
up because we were comparing gangster stories. I don't know if
Gangster
anybody
stories.
has
Did you say he
anything
sold
like
your
that.
tooth? Well, I know he took
Well,
all the
so
gold out
when
of a
I
bunch of
when
cell
I
phones.
die, I want to
yeah.
make sure I have a lot of gold teeth, and then I don't necessarily want my whole body cremated. I want like my head. I want like a head box, so I have all the gold in there. So like the people after me, they know that if they ever get broke or like need to fly to the moon or something, they're like, oh, there's some gold in Grandma's head box.
Is it going to be on the
just-
mantle like the flag?
Well, in Futurama, they had like the floating heads. Like I want that. I mean, isn't that the most important? I guess it's the most important part. I was thinking maybe frame the uterus. I don't know. People were really sick back in the medieval ages, and they definitely did weird stuff like that. Like they're finding basements full of like stuffed,
Human parts.
what is it called? Yeah, exactly. From these doctors that were just like fascinated by the human body because they
guess
couldn't,
they're
they didn't
still
have
trying to
X-rays or
figure-
anything to
yeah.
see inside. This guy Albinus, he actually smuggled dead bodies in the dead of night into the Roman Colosseums to give his lectures. It wasn't allowed then because they're Roman Catholic. So he would, by the dead of night, hold a thing and he would say, here is the psoas. And he'd have, a cadaver. And he'd be able to show all the muscles. And the only reason people knew about those, especially the hamstrings and the inner hip muscles, were because of him breaking the law.
You know who else moves a lot of dead bodies in the middle of the night?
Who's that?
Paul.
Look at his fingernails. It's true.
Dude, it's weird, man. Like seeing like just people
those?
die. It's just like
Just kidding.
you just like, dude, like you see it in their eyes. Like
Oh,
you know,
good,
like
he
you
is a
see them
murderer.
there,
I
and
knew
then
it.
it's just like, oh, they're gone. Like there's nothing in this thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Anyway,
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
dude.
I forget what we were talking about in the first
what
one.
were we
Pretty
just
good.
talking about?
Yeah. Are you all right?
He's a murderer. He
good.
just admitted it.
Oh, the
When you're
the
squeezing their
bodies and
throat,
stuff.
and their
Oh, yeah,
eyes
dude.
don't work no
Oh,
more.
okay.
I'll totally cut your head off if you need, and fucking put in a box for your future.
Yeah, I think
Just make sure you have a
I think in the
notarized
future-
note.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't go
This
to jail.
podcast.
No.
so nobody goes to
Why not?
So
Is that
needs
what
them.
you do? I don't know. Well, I
bet they
have a
wouldn't let you
will,
do it.
you know.
Yeah.
At the age of 30, I have like a whole emergency plan. I live alone, so I have like I'm very military about it. So
I
of
guess
course
so.
I already have a will, you know.
You want
I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but that's like
I'll give my cats away.
unedited.
Right.
I was considering.
Got a pretty dope album collection.
I don't.
Just was wondering who would
what?
come to a funeral where it's just my head. Anybody?
Sure.
Hey, it's
Well, I've
a lot
only met
easier
you
to
once,
carry.
but sure.
If I recorded,
I've been a pallbearer more than once. I'd rather carry around a head than
That'd be a lot easier. Just put it in a bowling.
ball
Ball bag.
Yeah, you
that's
put it in a-
funny. See,
Yeah.
everybody
Or
needs
one of
a
those
little
new Bronco
comedy
ones because they
at the
see through.
funeral.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
first time my brother and I became pallbearers is because my grandfather and our great uncle almost dropped their mother because she died when she was so old. They were elderly too. And they almost dropped and they're like, get over here, pick her up.
Did you line dance?
I square danced in gym
Bless all the
class.
dead, by the way. R.I.P.
No,
Anybody
we
who's
never
screaming.
line danced.
You
I
said
never
you-
danced
you,
at all.
You line danced and you carried somebody in a chair. You got carried in a chair.
You call me a Jew?
Oh my god!
Oh, isn't it called? What is? I'm
Do
sorry.
I have to pull it?
I don't
by
know.
Are you Jewish?
episode? I'm
They
gonna
have-
No, we're
send
not
it to you.
Jewish.
The bat mitzvah?
The one with the chair? No, I don't know.
Yeah, the one.
That's only what. That's
The one
only
with the
Jewish.
I don't know.
A bat mitzvah's only
The-
Jewish.
The Catholic tradition is they,
It's not like a
Rape.
quinceañera.
yeah, they do that first.
When
but
you
when you
wept.
die, they just.
When you wept over the.
Oh, I've never
song.
wept.
For 7 days.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
There
talking
it
about.
is.
No, that was
Okay.
another funeral.
And you didn't line dance?
No.
Okay.
No. That was Amazing Grace, opera style. And I actually don't really like the song. She just did a good job.
Yeah.
Made me cry.
What funeral?
I love that.
Her uncle's a couple months ago.
When
Amazing Chris.
The
how
more I think
great
about it, I
am.
wasn't crying about the
I
funeral
saved a wretch
or
like
her.
By the
you.
music.
No, it was
You
my inner
once were
demons I was
lost,
crying
but
at.
Now you're found.
what
Amazing
music
Chris
does, I
found you.
music.
I like that. That was,
Bang,
that
bang.
Was lovely.
Whoops.
That was fantastic, man.
Hell yeah.
No, you're right. Music can affect you that way for sure.
That music affected me.
That was
in
delicious.
the greatest way.
That hit me
That
in
was
the right
delicious.
spot.
You guys
Yeah.
missed that. That was good.
I did
Yeah,
miss
whoops,
it.
sorry about that.
I'll listen to it
Fuck
later,
you.
maybe.
Yeah.
Missed it.
I was gonna say I don't know if I've ever cried at a funeral other than that one. It wasn't even my family member.
Yeah.
I usually take funerals as a chance to do stand up.
Yeah.
I swear to
That's
God,
true.
you're right. I told this awful joke about like fucking next time you're in Blackhawk or Las Vegas and you find a nickel on the ground, put it in the slot machine and pull that lever and see what happens. Fucking bombed. You got
You
another
did that, or
pretext
my
to
brother
that.
did it?
No, I did.
I didn't do that.
I
No.
don't say it didn't sound like his style.
No.
I'm so weird at funerals because, like, I don't know, man.
I'll go
You're
for
all
it. You
together
can
with like
refill
all
it.
these people you haven't seen in forever,
pretty
and
dead.
I just want to be funny and hang out with everyone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then everyone's not in that mood to hang out like that. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I forgot.
I don't
got a
know
funeral.
proper etiquette.
Maybe I should chill the fuck out.
When I was eulogizing my grandmother, I did a little crowd work.
Nice. Oh
Ah,
yeah.
there you
That's
go.
true. He made
Good
fun
job.
of some altar girl for wearing flip flops.
Yeah,
And it's funny because he said,
Disrespecting my grandmother, she's dead.
for wearing flip flops.
Well, didn't you say she would have been
It's
pissed
like
or something?
my grand. I could just
You cover
picture
your toes in my.
could picture my grandmother's like, can you look at those shoes on that altar girl or something like that.
Right.
But the whole time I was seething at
That's
that
funny
one.
shit.
Put on some shoes, god damn it! And the other kid was wearing
Where's
Jordans,
your decency?
and I don't respect nothing. But that's
Yep.
disrespect.
Disrespectful.
It was pretty humorous.
Well,
Yeah.
But they only had the altar girl there because of affirmative action.
Yeah.
They were getting in trouble having just boys,
Bitches.
so they throw in a broad every once in a while.
Nice.
okay.
Is that
Catholics.
what you're doing here?
Yep.
Moving into the
And then as soon as
Deevorce.
they came around, then they're all fashion forward, wearing sandals.
Wearing sandals.
They weren't even good sandals.
Did she ever toes painted, or were they like?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. That matters.
That does. You know.
To who?
Hey, man. If you paint your toenails, then you have a foot that's ready to be presented.
You got a.
However,
What the fuck is up with foot fetishes, man? I just don't get
ooh,
it.
I love them.
Weird.
They
I
look
like
like
feet.
little gems.
I'll fuck a foot all day.
I'll fuck.
You just put them together.
Right,
Fuck the little
right,
hole in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah.
Only
The
if it-
arch?
I don't know. Feet are pretty gross.
Yeah.
That girl's got a good arch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Her arch
yeah.
fit my dick perfect.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Exactly.
You know what's funny is that what makes feet do that is being knock-kneed or bow-legged. So you'd
The
be
bow. You like weird-legged bitches, Mark.
You know how I like my feet, Mark?
Yeah.
With big noses and long necks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I like sticking my dick in weird places, like behind the knee.
That's just
Like,
what
making
happens
clothes
when
with
you.
me.
Yeah,
I
you
never
probably
would've
fuck
thought
armpits
that.
and shit.
I'll do all
It
that.
looks good in a picture too.
Yeah.
So.
This is a suggestion. I like a girl with a little bit of stubble on her armpit so I can exfoliate my tongue.
Interesting.
Or a
Like
boy.
kitty
I don't
cat.
I used to
care.
know a
I never
girl.
thought about it that
I
way.
dated a guy who was into licking dudes' armpits for sure.
You
did?
dated a guy who was into licking dudes?
Dated a gal.
A
Yeah.
gal.
Into,
Oh.
Did
but
she
there
make
was-
you clean it
It
first?
was long after I dated her. But
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
She discussed it later.
Just
Yeah.
keep it
She
sweaty.
discussed it
sweaty.
later
Licking.
with me.
I was definitely a.
She likes licking it.
Yeah, she likes licking people's armpits.
I was a.
Tastes like Gillette.
Girl, you need
Randoms
more
or significant
sodium in your
others?
diet.
What's that?
Randoms or significant
Significant
others?
others.
Yeah, I could see that.
I guess you.
I don't know what it. Well, I know what it is. It's pheromones, but I have the same
Pheromones.
kind of. I won't lick it, but I'm attracted to it.
But
Yeah.
smelling
It
it.
makes you go.
I like weird bad smells. You know
I was
what I mean?
a shit ass.
Like weird bad smells, all right,
Yeah.
but taste no.
Fucking.
I was
Well, I
super
think
drunk
she
one
just
time
needs
with a
salt
girl,
in her
Yeah.
and I just
diet.
started licking her armpit for like 45 minutes, and I don't. And then she was like, "What was
I'd
that
been like,
about?"
What was
Stop
that
it.
about?
Yeah.
Well, you know how like camels and horses they have salt licks. You know they don't know why they lick it. They just
Thank
do.
you.
You know all of a sudden
Yeah.
they're just like I need salt. So maybe just add some salt.
Why do they
y'all.
have that? Is it to help with the hydration of the
Yeah,
the
it's
horses?
electrolytes.
There's a lot of minerals in them too.
I was with this chick.
I
for
need a
little
salt
bit.
lick.
She
For
she'd
real
always
though,
like.
sprinkle a little bit in your water.
Yeah, I know.
She always loved
Yeah.
smelling my
Mhm.
nuts.
Yeah.
She would just like
good.
pull down my pants and just be like, "No,
That
that's
from
weird.
from Munda
See,
cheese.
Oh,
for,
it's so
for,
sweet,
for every
it's
girl,
good.
for every girl that doesn't treat you right, there's another out there that'll eat
Smell your
onion
nuts.
rings off of your boner.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
there you go."
Very
I hope,
true.
they're the,
Maybe.
I hope
Nice.
they're the beer batter ones.
It's
I don't-
true.
You don't want them
Just your
to.
preference, probably.
too flaky.
Or hers, I
No,
figure.
those
Yeah,
other
yeah,
ones, the
yeah.
breaded ones, they could be pokey.
Oh, they're rough.
Yeah.
That's how I got all those pumples.
Yep, right out of the fryer.
Mm,
You must have a good woman.
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, dry them off with a paper towel first. You'll be fine.
Yes.
The grease.
Right.
I don't like
Yeah, he
smelling
doesn't-
nothing.
He doesn't want.
I don't like
dick
nothing.
pimples.
I just don't like sweating during sex. Other than that, I'm good with everything else.
We
Oh.
have misters.
You don't like to
How do
sweat.
you
I
Stay
don't like
cool.
to sweat. I like
You ever had
a
a-
nice, clean experience. I like to keep my juices on me, her juices in her.
Until the end,
Okay.
you put all your
We
juice
just use
in
it
her.
for friction. That's all we need this transaction to be.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you don't want it to be a workout.
Yeah.
I don't have the same kind of sex you do.
I work out all the time. I don't need to work out on fucking banging, too. I'm just kidding. I bang like a wild man. I'm just kidding.
He throws his sweat in her eye to
Good.
confuse
I
her.
was a little worried.
Oh, you're funny, dog.
Drip, drip. That's right.
Yeah.
Grab a mop, baby.
Well, at
punch
our
of
age, you
drugs.
can't help but sweat. You get about 3 pumps in.
Just pour it.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, get my insulin.
Sex when you're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a good place to stop.
That's a good one.
Sex
Bye.
I like that. What was that joke I just did? I don't remember.
Sex when you're old.
Dead.
Dad. Brothers Brer. Hey, thanks for joining us at the Son of a Bitch and Bastard show. This is the 28th of October. This was our 32nd episode of the year. We're up over 200, I think, now.
200 episodes.
200s.
Look at that.
SOFABAB.com. Thanks for joining us, Cheyenne.
Have a good trip.
Welcome.
My
My
brother,
pleasure.
Finkelstein.
I learned a lot.
Thank you for joining
I
us.
had a lot of fun.
Mark the Cock Hero Perez. And last but definitely not least, Mander, not with a Y.
No.
Mandy.
Now with the Y.
Never with the Y.
Oh
Mander.
my God. How
Have a
gross.
good
With a
night,
growl.
y'all, now.
It's offensive.
It is. Like, totally. For sure.